Welcome to the CEO MBA, where I'm going to show you exactly how to build and launch a successful online business with high-ticket services. Basically, I'm going to show you how you can turn any passion you have or skill you have into a profitable business. This is built for you if you're somebody who wants to make money online but has no idea what business to start or what to sell or who to sell it to or how to sell it, and all these other questions that you may have that has been stopping you from starting a business. This is also for agencies, coaches, consultants, and all these high-ticket services that are both in the UAE and worldwide. I have a lot of share here, so I'm going to show you exactly step by step in the screen or click by click to how to start your business and make money online. Without further ado, let's begin. So welcome again and let's begin. So what we're going to cover here is point number 1, why should you go online to begin with? Point number 2, why should you listen to me? Point number 3, what is the core structure? And point number 4, the road ahead, the journey ahead. But before we do that, follow me on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok for exclusive content. Share this course. Let's change people's lives together. It's completely free. And don't skip forward because this is a very important video. And play it on 1.5 or 2x speed to save time. So, why should you go online? Very important question. Why should you go online? Everything's working offline. You can go sell offline. You can start a physical store. Everyone is doing that, right? But why should you go online? Let me make this case over here. We are in an attention economy. And if we're going to talk about the digital or online world, we need to talk about attention. And attention is everything that fuels the business. Any business operation that you do online, it's attention that what fuels it. And why does this matter? Is because attention leads to influence. For example, the influencers, content creator, they have the attention of the masses. They can influence people. Or they can impact people. For example, what if a content creator or someone that has attention like Elon Musk just tweet something or post something on X or any other platform? Everyone is impacted by that. And they can transform it to income. Also, you can see these content creators, they have attention. What they do is they start an online course. They start a consulting business. They start a makeup brand. And because they have the attention, they become Forbes' top best #1 entrepreneur because of the masses, and everyone went through their program, everyone went through bought their products and so on. They have attention. They can convert attention to anything, and you can do as well. So the opportunity here is for business and creators and anyone who wants to do anything on the online world. And the playbook now, what I want to share with you, the CEO MBA, is to teach you exactly how to capture this attention, monetize this attention, and turn it into an income for you through an online business. Basically, I want you to conquer the online world. I want you to start a business after going through the CEO MBA. I want you to have every answer you need to start a business after going through the CEO MBA as well. So it's gonna be good, and this is gonna be your playbook. So what is attention unit? If we're talking about attention, we need to talk about attention units. And attention unit in very short, simple terms is that 1 second of an individual's online attention. So every 1 second someone is paying attention to you is an attention unit. And the things you can do with this attention unit is as follows. You can either capture it, retain it, or convert it. So let me give you an example of what's happening right now. Right now, I am retaining your attention every single second. But I captured your attention maybe with the headline of this video, maybe with the intro of this video, the hook was good, maybe with the introduction, it's related to you. So I captured that attention. And once I captured that attention, it's usually 0 to 3 seconds. I retained it. Right now, I'm retaining that attention if you're watching the video. And at some point in the future, which let's say at the end of this presentation, let's say at the end of this video, I'll have a call to action telling you that, okay, I retained this attention. Now it's time to push this attention to put what you have just learned into action and start your business. So this is capture, retain, convert. Your ads should work the same. Everything you should do with attention and related to attention should work the same. What you can do also with attention is you can either measure it, enhance it, monetize it, do whatever you want with attention. And your goal as a person who is a master of attention or who has an online business is to maximize the value of each attention unit. That's your goal. You need to extract as much as value as you can while keeping that attention as you go on. So attention units, keep that in mind because we're going to be using it a lot. And here's an example on that. So I'm sure you know Huda Beauty. I'm sure you know Ammar if you're in the UAE. I'm sure you know Dwayne Johnson and Terramana. So how did they capture, retain, and convert attention? Because if you know, Dwayne Johnson became a billionaire overnight after launching this brand because Dwayne Johnson had attention. And he captured that attention through celebrities, through movies, through personal branding, and so on. He did that for years while retaining that attention, engaging in social media, showing behind the scenes looks of the movies he was shooting and so on, appearing at events and so on, to at some point convert that attention. Amar, they have Burj Khalifa, they have Dubai Mall, very known, iconic things that people know about the UAE and Amar. So they captured attention using that, they retain the attention using high quality construction, and they convert by what they're selling, which is real estate, because they're a real estate developer. The same goes here. Huda Beauty, they captured attention using the beauty blog and social media, then they retain attention, makeup tutorials and product launches, then they convert that attention to $1 billion cosmetics empire. These are just examples out of many. But why? Why is that? Because they have built an audience around their brand and eventually their business. So personal brand into business. And in today's digital world, any individual can turn their talents or passions into a profitable business, as there's no longer that traditional barrier of entry to media distribution. Before, in old times, if you want to go on a newspaper, if you want to put an ad on a billboard on a road or whatever it is, you need to go through a lot of financial barriers. It was too costly. There was a lot of other kind of barriers where it was kind of impossible for an individual to just post a piece of content or post something about what you're doing or selling in order for people to know and buy. But in today's world, with online world and the digital world and so on, this has become super easy. So just for perspective over here, Instagram has 2.3 billion users. YouTube has 2.6 billion users. And these are active users, active monthly users on these platforms. And TikTok has 1.6 billion, there's a B over here, users. And they're all active monthly. So just imagine that if you can capture 1% or 0.1% of 2.3 billion, this is almost the world's population over here. Just think about that. That's a lot of attention being online. And according to Goldman Sachs, the creator economy will be worth $500 billion by 2027, which in 3 years from this video right now it's 2024, there will be massive opportunities for entrepreneurs, marketers, businesses in the online world. And why did I mention creator economy over here, and why did I bring this example? It's because of these people are the masters of attention. And this is what they mean by this: capturing attention, retaining attention, converting attention, which is the online business that we're building right now. Because what I've seen people do is they build an online store, let's say on Shopify, and they just build this website. And they say, there's no point of this website. This website is completely useless. I spent this much amount to build this website. I put my product, but there's no use. The problem here is that you have not diverted attention to that. Have you captured the attention in any way? Have you retained that attention? Have you converted them to the website? The website is just a tool, but you need to have this process in place. And this is the whole system I want to show you with this ULMBA. So now I want to quantify this attention. I just want you to see why online. I want to quantify this attention for you. And this is just a glimpse of why I think the online world has massive opportunities, much more than the physical world, or let's say physical stores, just to keep it in the business language. So here's screen time. Global statistics and the statistics based on the United Arab Emirates, UAE. So global statistics, our total population is around 8.09 billion. The people who use the internet, who have access to the internet, are 5.35 billion out of these people. The time each person spends online who uses the internet is 6 hours and 40 minutes. And how many of them use the phone? And how many of them use the internet by computer? More are on the phone. Very nice. So we have 6 hours and 40 minutes of 5.3 billion people who use the internet every single day that we can capture. If you have nobody looking at your stuff, you most probably not capturing the attention of anyone out of 5.3 billion people. Just think about that. Why are you unable to capture the attention of just 0.01% of 5.35 billion? That's just the statistics. In the UAE, our total population is 10 million, which is way, way lower than this. 9.9 million use the internet. We spend more time on the internet. So out of 9.9 million, 8 hours and 11 minutes are spent online. And this much by phone, this much by computer. So nice. We have many hours or seconds online that we can capture. So what is the number of internet users over time? So this is 190, 2024. This is time. This is the number of users, let's say. And the first website was launched around somewhere here at this point. And you can see the massive growth that happened over time. Number of internet users. So the number of internet users are increasing year over year, as you can see. And there is also more potential of that increase because, as we saw from this slide over here, there are still people who do not use the internet, the total population. So there is probability of this to increase and more people are coming to the world. So more people still did not use internet. So we have these two sources which could increase this number drastically. What this means for us is that we're going to have more people every single year who are watching their phones or watching the desktop online, who are using the internet and giving us their seconds. Make sense? Makes sense. So it's growing. There's seconds that we can grab. Digital advertising. What are businesses doing about this? So this is from 2018 to 2023. The digital ad spend, how much they spent on ads. This shows that businesses are spending more year by year on ads. So if businesses are spending more on ads year by year, what does that mean? That means it's getting important. They understand attention is moving online. So we should do something about it. The businesses are saying. So weekly online shopping activities. Just so you see, the annual spend on each of the following e-commerce categories are as follows. So look at how much money spent for electronics online, fashion, food, beverages, furniture, beauty, household. That's a big amount of money. Imagine you can capture 0.1% of that. That's a good income for you. Global statistics. 56% of people buy a product or service online. 28% order groceries online. 11.8% buy a second-hand item online. 16% use buy now, pay later, Tabby, for example. That's part of the 16%. 20% use online price comparison system, just so they compare online prices with others. So there are things happening online, and this keeps on growing as businesses spend more, as more people come online, and so on. Global e-commerce sales. So you can see this is growing. So number of people shopping online is growing as well. So they're spending a lot, they're online, and it's growing as well. And this has changed drastically after the pandemic. So this just is to show you the numbers that really are happening in the world, just in case you had no idea about it. So in very simple English, this means that you have 24,000, very roughly, of course, 24,000 seconds of attention units per person to capture every single day. And you have 5.3 million people with those units. So just think about it. This should be billion. It's not million. So just think about it. You have this many people, this many seconds, and this many 5.35 billion people with those units. That is roughly 128.4 billion seconds. This would be more. And businesses are spending more year on year. E-commerce sales are rising. So attention is moving online. Money. So let me just summarize everything you just saw over there. Attention is moving online. Money is moving online. Businesses are spending more. Buyers are buying more. It's a massive market that's growing. And your goal should be to monetize and do something about the online world, because everything is shifting there. So this is the point I want to make. Why go online? And this should answer the question if you have any single doubts about why you should go online. The numbers say everything is going up. in the next years. So we need to pay attention. And this is where SEO MBA comes into play. So why should you listen to me? So let me give you a brief background of how I got into the online world and how did I start businesses online and what happened in my journey. So this is when I'm going to go through a timeline over here. So 1997 to 1999, I got my first computer. I started playing around using read-only static web pages, which people call Web 1. And this was the internet of information. A funny story here is that when I got my first computer, I downloaded every single website I visited. I was into animals, so I remember this DK website that was there. So I downloaded every website and I printed them just in case the internet goes away one day. Because for me, this was very new. And I thought internet was here for a time, it's just going to go away. So I downloaded everything, printed everything, kept it in the shelves. This is how traditional we was during that time. And then I realized, though, the internet is a thing, computer is a thing. So I got into coding and I got to understand this machine more. 2011 to 2016, I got into the read and write age, which they called Web 2. Heavily got into technology, multi-sided platforms, games, robots. Instagram came out during that time. Many things happened. Then I started my first website after going through all these websites in Web 1, printing them and understanding how they worked and so on using HTML. I built my first website and it was called Dukan Bot. Dukan means shop in Arabic and bot is for robot because I was into technology. So I started selling technology pieces, let's say, tech pieces, where I have a small description. This was a description during that time, by the way. So, and I was able to land my first paycheck during this time, which was on 29/3/2016, 11,290.32 dirhams plus the 500 dirhams on the side. And this is the picture I took during that time. And I was really proud at this moment because now I got into the online world. I understood the power of the online world and I was able to monetize for the first time from the online world to do something through the Bot. Amazing. So then these are some pictures over here. This is the old Instagram. I found these photos, by the way. So this is the old Instagram, as you can see. We were giving workshops and this was all done from the online, from what I learned online to then reaching to do physical workshops about technology, robotics, everything happening with tech and online world and so on. This was very old, I think 2015, 2016. And then we had, this is the Kanbot page and I found it the other day. Moving on. And on May 6, 2015, while I was doing all this, I posted this on Instagram. This is an image of the UAE first Arab mission to Mars. I was really into robotics, really into tech. So what I wrote is, and you can find this on Instagram, May 6, 2015, I wrote that I wish to contribute and I hope to contribute and put the efforts in any way as we Emiratis are a team. And I wanted, because I thought space is robots, satellites are just robots in space. So I love robotics, let me do this. I posted this and I was hoping to contribute in any way in the space sector and robotics sector and so on. What happened is, after that, by let's say in the next 5 years, I built 5 satellites, sent them to space, built a company called Sfada Space Services, built an AI analytics company for satellite data called Ain Astra while doing my PhD during that times. I did my PhD and pursued my PhD in space technology. And I got involved in digital tech companies such as AR, VR, mixed reality, blockchain, space, intelligent machine robotics, drones, fintech, and so on. It was a really intense period of my life, 2016 to 2020, where I got fully into tech stuff, start helping tech companies, startups grow, how to implement their tech stuff and the online world, digital world, bring together online technology, try to market that and so on during this period of time. And as you can see over here, some pictures, we got featured in Entrepreneur Middle East. This is us launching a satellite. This is us signing a contract, signing a partnership with Crypto Labs here. This is us winning the geotech. These two pictures are related. Geotech. This is us building the CubeSats. So it was a very interesting period. And you can see here are some more pictures which we got featured in the news, won certain awards, met a lot of astronauts, went to space missions and launched the satellites we have built, got awards and grants. And over here we met very notable people, Prince at that time, King, and now King Charles, and many notable people, as you can see. To reach 2021, 2022, I started a company initially called Meta Whales. That's before Facebook went and called themselves Meta. And I couldn't renew this name because Meta, I think, was copyrighted by them. So it changed to another name. But I started a tech company called Meta Whales. It was a community and online educational platform. The subscription was really high. Online world again, online business, as you can see over here. And we tried everything to grow it during that time as well. It reached a very nice amount, but a lot of valuable lessons where we were in a declining market. And I tried everything, the bear market over here, I tried everything to keep on pushing it and getting more people in and educating them. And then we started developing a software around it using AI and using the community for development and everything we learned. And you can see our pictures over here. And it was a very fun and educational period for us where we learned how to navigate in the toughest environments while, it was really tough when the market was going down. And this is one of the lessons I will share with you. How could you, it's because there's this quote by Warren Buffett that says, it's not about how hard you row, but it's about what boat you are in. And here we were definitely in the wrong boat, but I was rowing so hard that I learned a lot of lessons, which I'm going to share with you. And yeah, it's truly valuable. But this company now has turned into a wide label licensing company for tech, software, and educational material. And it's running right now. So this company is running, but it's more of a white label solution for other businesses. It's more like a B2B thing. And this started as tokenization of physical assets, but it transferred to that. Not important, but this is just part of the journey. What we have right now from 2023 to the present is Ciolo became a technology solution company for businesses in the UAE. We were able to help 50 plus businesses launch their business online in 2023 after we gathered all those experience in the past. And then we started over here. We have consulted more than 100 entrepreneurs in the UAE, how to start their businesses, how to go online, the niches we have worked in, the markets basically. We have worked in our fashion, beauty, skincare, coffee, luxury, hospitality, many sectors. And here are just a few pictures. So why am I telling you all this? And why are we doing in Ciolo? What is happening right now? So I have channeled all that I told you during that time, all this experience of technology, of business, of consulting people, of seeing what people did wrong, of what I did wrong, to help you make money online with Ciolo, which is exactly what I'm showing here with the Ciolo MBA, and start and scaling your online business and getting paying customers using proven systems, because it's completely possible to start your business online, and it's completely possible to make a good amount of money with paying customers online and make an impact of this world if you know how to do that. And this is exactly what I want to share with you in these videos. So the Ciolo ecosystem. What is the Ciolo ecosystem? We have 1, 2, 3, 4 over here. Ciolo Free is where you are right now. Ciolo Free is for anything you need regarding starting an online business and getting paying customers, and this will be free forever. I'm not going to say, okay, now you need to pay, now you need to do this or so on, because the point of Ciolo Free is to get you to start your online business, 1, and point number 2 is to get paying clients. I want you to start and make money. This is the full point of Ciolo Free. Ciolo Paid will be more than starting a business. So this will be for established businesses where we help with the business operations to scale to big numbers, to have proven systems, to have how to get more clients and so on. Then we have Ciolo Services, which is where you hire the Ciolo team to do it for you. And this is only for established businesses. So this is the next step. And we have the Ciolo Partner, where we partner with you as partners, of course, kind of somehow like a VC or private equity kind of model here, where we go also bigger with the numbers that we can make. So this is why Ciolo Free will always stay free. All this does not work with people who don't have businesses, people who don't have a consistent amount of paying clients month over month. And this is why this will be free, because our incentives are aligned in this way. I help you get your business. I give you everything you need that people are charging for or hide from you. And I give you everything you need to get more customers and get customers to maybe someday work together. Maybe, I say maybe because I know 90% are people we're not going to work with and are going to just benefit and have fun. And we expect that, and we will be super, super, super happy that we made an impact in any way during this. But this is more for that 10%. I'm just putting into perspective how we're thinking of it right now. So this is the SEO ecosystem. So the meta, doing what I say. So what I'm showing you in the SEO MBA is how can you make money online. I've done it before. I've gathered all these experiences and have scaled businesses through proven systems. But this is what I'm saying, what I'm talking about. But what I do now and what I want to show you how to do is I'm doing exactly that. Doing SEO, doing the services. I'm helping people. I'm being transparent with you with the YouTube videos and the series of the SEO episodes of how I do this, because I've already worked with businesses and I got rid of everything in my life, mostly businesses, the people, the things, and so on, just so we can focus on this. I want to show you and do it with you, and I want to then talk about it as well. I don't want to just go like an online course talking about you, hey, you need to do this, you must do this, this should do it, this is how things work, and so on. I want to do it, show you, and talk about it all at the same time. So this is the meta. You can see it with your eyes, very practical, and this works, and you can hear what's the thinking or the process behind it. I'm showing. So yeah, basically I want to show you the results of how I build everything online from scratch. So what is the course structure? The course structure is as follows. So we are week 1 right now. This is where you're going to launch your business as fast as possible with the basics. Just go straight to launch your online business. Week 2 will be about build. We're going to build all the parts of the business you just launched over here, which are the website, social media, payments, and this is a structure I love to follow with everyone who asks me how to start a business. Then we go on the promotion part where we promote our products and services to people, marketing basically. Then we go to the sales part, we sell them on the products that we're promoting. And then if this is not working, we go back to building and see what we did wrong over here, fix that, and go on to sell. And then we deliver when people buy, deliver our product or deliver our service, whatever it is. So this is the full thing I want to go through in the SEO MBA. We're starting with week number 1, which is exactly this that we're talking about. So week number 1, what does it have? It has number 1, this video, which is a welcome. Then we talk about the business foundation and basics. We talk about the business model. I'm going to give you a business model and you can modify in that. We talk about digital buyer's journey. How do they go online and buy? How do people buy online? We talk about how do you choose your niche, your target market? How do you develop and research the market and develop a customer profile or avatar? How do you develop your offer? How do you put your price? And then you launch that business. Who is this for? So this is for people who want to be entrepreneurs, who are thinking of becoming entrepreneurs, have no skills or business skills and want to start a business. Point number 2, this is for solopreneurs, people who want to start a business as a one-person business, as a side thing or a main thing. Also, you can do that, but you want to be a single person that has it. You can do that completely because with the technology available right today, you can completely do that. Point number 3, small business owners who want to enter the online market. Many people I've seen want to enter their online market but have no clue how. This is for you. High-ticket businesses, people who are selling premium products or very expensive products. Where this is for you. I'm going to teach you how to do that exactly. E-commerce businesses, coaches, consultants, and agency owners, of course, and anyone who's struggling financially, who people basically are struggling to feed themselves, their family, or they want to support themselves and family. This is for you because I'm going to get you to the point where you're going to start making money. This is super important. My objective and main objective here is to get you started a business, to get you that income. And then from there, we can talk about other things. But this objective over here is to get you that consistent income, not just income that's one time and then it leaves. There's a consistent income you get month over month. And then you have employees who want to leave their 9 to 5 or they want to start their thing on the side but don't know how. This is all for you. So a note about this program, right? I'm recording this video right now, but I will take your feedback and suggestions and do iterations basically on the presentations, and I'm going to fix them, re-record the videos if needed, so you have the most up-to-date information about how to start an online business, because this is a very dynamic world. So the road ahead, what do you expect from the road ahead? Our vision is basically to help millions of people start their online business in the next 5 years. So I want you to start your business. I want 5 million other people to start their own businesses and transform their lives and their family lives and their people around them or they care about lives and so on through their business. So we envision, what I see is that businesses starting and succeeding from the COL MBA, because we're giving access to information that works. And I'm sure there's a good percentage of people who go through this will come out with successful businesses. And I can't wait to hear these stories come out in the next 5 to 10 years where people tell us, we went through the COL MBA. This was a great starting point to us having this business, which we have right now, which is making more than 1 million per month or whatever it is, that number in the future. So our goals over here to share with you all the secrets, strategies, systems that has transformed more than 100 businesses. So if you worked with 100 businesses, I'm going to share you all the strategies, secret for free. And I want to make this a free course, which is more valuable than everything you see paid for, because what I've seen is that many people are charging for things and they have everything behind a paid wall. So why not give it for free? There are people who are great, who have great visions, who are very passionate, and they don't have the money to pay $5,000 per month for your course or whatever it is, to then find out that it was not worth it. So why not give good stuff for free, which people will value, and get businesses started? That's exactly what we're doing here. We want to support you to start a business and live the life you want. We want to support you with practical guidance as well, to gap between the theory and real world application, both tailored to the UAE market and the worldwide market. We want to simplify business concept. Everything is not very complicated. I see the business world use a lot of jargons, which don't mean anything. I mean, they use words just to sound smart, but it basically means very simple things. So we're not going to use any of those jargons. And we want to deliver the most comprehensive guide, so even you or your family gets inspired to use this and start their own business successfully. So the road ahead is as follows. 1, you. I can give you everything in the world you need, but the success depends on you. You need to take action on the knowledge and the experience that I'm going to give you. You need to go and do the work to make this happen. And what I recommend you is, once you do, inspire others, because you will have wins. You will get your first customer. You will get X amount of money. So share those wins on the community. That's why we have the community, so we can inspire others. 3, collective knowledge. So come together. For example, you found out that strategy that works with you, share it with the community. You'll get feedback. Other people might tell you, okay, this is what worked for me as well. I think if we make this tweak together, we can make this X time better. So collective knowledge, come together to build that knowledge. 4, share quality posts. Post high quality things on the group so everyone benefits from. And 5, attend the weekly calls, because this is where you have the chance to ask me any question you want, and I'm going to stay with you as much as needed to answer your questions and obstacles, because once you solve a problem, a new problem arises, and that new problem, I'll be there to solve you and guide you through it. So that's the road ahead. So the summary over here is: 1, you need to adapt. Online world is super important. Capture the attention and convert it to money through an online business. This is a skill that you need. You need to put in the work, because this depends on you. You need to I'm going to share with you everything I know and knowledge and experience and what people charge for, but you need to sit down and put the work. And the COL MBA will be updated very frequently based on the feedback and suggestions I see from the community, from people who ask me questions and so on. That being said, let's get into video number 2. Now let's talk about business basics, the foundations of a business. So what we're going to cover here is: 1, what is a business? 2, getting to know the online world, because you just can't enter the online world. Someone needs to guide you in the online world. Point number 3, we're going to talk about the business flywheel. Very important and nice concept to understand why having your fundamentals or the business fundamentals right. Point number 4, which is the entrepreneur's path, which is you. So follow on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok for exclusive content. Share this course. Let's change people's lives together. It's completely free. Don't skip because this is a very crucial video. Play it on 1.5 to 2x speed to save time. And let's begin. What is a business? So imagine this. Imagine someone is at a current situation and this someone wants to go to a desired situation. Someone who does not have money, who wants to have money. Someone who is obese, who wants to get fit. There's someone who is right now in a current situation that does not like, which is in a painful for that person, and wants to go to a certain situation that they like or want to be in. Your business will be what bridges the gap between point A and point B. So this vehicle that takes them from here of being obese, let's say, to being fit is your business. The vehicle that takes them from having no money to having money, that's your business. So that is what a business is, and this is how I would define what a business is. So this is also what solving a problem means, because when you talk to people, people talk to you about businesses, they tell you need to solve a problem. And I remember people telling me this when I started the business, and I said, what does that mean? What problem should I solve? How can I visualize that in my mind? And this is how I visualized it. So someone is in a current situation, wants to go to a desired situation, and my business solves a problem that they have and all the problems along the way to get to that desired situation. So the current situation can be they don't have the money, they're not aware of the problem they have a really bad problem, and this problem is growing year over year, and we can easily find people who have this problem. That's people in their current situation. They want to go to a desired situation, which is either to make more money, learn a skill, make a difference in this world, be muscular, lose weight, whatever it is. So move away from pain and go towards a desire. This is what solving a problem means. So your business is about solving that problem. So you need to choose your problem wisely. You can't solve everyone's problem, anyone's problem, any problem with a single business. You need to solve one problem, one business. This is something we're going to expand into in the future videos, but this is what a business is. It's about solving a problem. And your job as a business owner is to understand this problem and solve this problem better than anyone else in the marketplace, and understand this problem better than the person that has this problem. And this is how you succeed as a business. And you can charge more money if there's a big need for something that people can do themselves, which is go from point A to point B. There's a big need for this, and it's very hard for people to do them themselves. Or you solve this problem really quick and really well using proven methods. You can charge more because people will value it more and give you more. For example, if you told someone, I'm going to help you lose weight in 1 hour, 20 kgs in 1 hour because you have a wedding tomorrow that you need to fit in this dress. I'm going to do it in 1 hour for you. They're going to pay more money than a personal trainer that tells you, come to the gym every single day for the next 6 months. I'm going to charge you this much, and maybe you lose weight at some point. So you see the difference over there. So if you can do it quickly, well, using proven methods, then you can charge more money. So how well you solve the problem above depends on your skills. So it is very key to understand the problem every single day better when you have a business, and solve that problem better by having better skills or improving your skills and learning better skills to solve that problem. So you can solve that problem the best way possible, so you can increase your prices and have happy customers and deliver your product or service in the best way possible, and so on. So if you want to look at business in a way, I see it as a problem that I need to solve. This is only one problem I'm going to focus on for the next 20 years, which I want to take this person from A to B with this solution that I have. And these are all the problems in the middle to solve this big problem. And I'm going to try to solve this in the best way possible in the next 20 years. And I'm going to learn all the skills I need to solve this problem. And that's how I'm going to have a successful business. So this is what a business means. And also, it's very important to find out what people really want and offer them, because most of the time people don't know what problems they have themselves. So for example, there are people who don't know the problems they have. So you need to understand them really well and know that you know how to solve this problem, and they have this problem, and there's a big need to solve this problem, and this is the problem you're going to solve. So this is what a business is. And don't copy others, because most people are solving the wrong problems. This means don't open a coffee shop because someone else opened the coffee shop. Because sometimes, and most people, most business owners are solving the wrong problem, because there should be a certain criteria for that problem to solve. And we're going to talk about this. What should you look at, and how can you choose your problem correctly, so you have that advantage of solving the problem and charging as much as money, and being in a niche or a market that not many people are in. So examples of businesses is one, the current situation is difficulty reaching target audience. For example, a business wants to sell something and they have this difficulty of reaching a certain market. So what they want is to have brand awareness and more sales. They want more sales. That's why they want to reach a certain market. So this is where a business of a marketing agency comes in. They tell you, okay, I'm going to give you expert strategy of marketing success to get you from here to here. Then, for example, here, this guy has a hassle of managing rental properties. An investor has so many real estate properties and he can't manage it. He's like very hectic about managing all these properties. He wants to get money from the properties without being much involved in the properties and save his time. So this is where a property management company comes into play. There's a current, desired, the business. Current, desired, the business. So this is how you should be thinking about the business. So after you know your current, desired, and the bridge, which is your business, you can write your value statement. This value statement is something for you to see internally, where you just solidify what you're going to do, what problem you're going to solve. So this gives you clarity on what you're building, and also gives you clarity on why should they choose you instead of someone else in the marketplace. So you can see over here, your value statement is like this. We help person or company in the current situation to desired situation results with this business that allows them to get this dream outcome. This is what your value statement is. So an example of this right now on CEO, I'm applying it. The current situation is you, for example, you have no idea how to start an online business or make money online in the UAE. So your desired situation would be, I want to make money. I want to live my dream life. So what's my way of doing it? Let's say we're going to do it through education, these videos, through consultation, through partnerships, through services. This is how we're going to do it. So this is the business to take you from here to here. Perfect. How am I going to write my value equation, my value statement? Value equation is something else we're going to talk about later, but the value statement, it's this over here. We help people in the UAE to launch an online business through business education, consultation, and partnerships that allows them to make a high income and live their dream life. So this is something I'm going to be looking at every single day before I get up and make any presentation, any service, anything I do, just to make sure it is aligned with this ultimate desired situation goal. So this is something for you to have clarity on. And once you know your current situation, the desired situation, and what your business is solving for, write your value statement just to have that clarity for yourself, something to look at, and it's going to help with every single thing you do next. So this is very important. This should be the first step of you going on with this business journey. So now, getting to the online world, this is a very fun one. So first of all, I'd ask you, are you ready to enter the online world? Because most people I've seen, they're half in and half out. They're somewhere over here. They enter, they get lost, they get out. They enter and they get lost and get out. So they kind of are in the online world, but are not. So what I want to do here is I want to bring you in completely to the online world, because without proper guidance, you may get lost and you may be in this situation where you're in and out at the same time. So let's get in the online world. So before that, the only ways so you can grow any business you take, any business online or offline, whatever business is in your mind right now, is one, you get more customers, which is customer acquisition over here, attract more customers, more people buy from you, or get the customers that you have buy more from you, which is customer retention, encourage repeat businesses, or make sure these two keep on happening for a really long time, which is getting more customers and making the customer buy from you. This is the only way you can grow your business. This is customer acquisition. This is customer retention. This is the enterprise value or the company value of the business that you have. And this is applicable, as I mentioned, to any business. So let's look now how an offline business works before going to the online business, because this analogy I've used many times and I've seen that it works best to convey the message of why and how the online world works and gets them from offline to online world. So let's take this example over here. Let's take a physical cafe, which is a physical store. They have a product which is a coffee, and it's 20 dirhams, or let's say $5, $5.50 per coffee. They have a current situation of being, they need a break, they're very tired, they need to be caffeinated, they have no energy, and so on. Their desired is energized, refreshed, they have caffeine, and so on. So this is a physical cafe comes into play, this business, to take them from the current to desired. So then the question starts popping up of an offline business when they start a coffee. They say, how will people know about the coffee? And here we're assuming an offline business that has no clue about the online world. They say, okay, we can do newspaper ads. We can put it on billboards on the road. We can talk on the radio or the TV. We can print some brochures or flyers. We can send postcards. We can go to events and just talk about our coffee shop. And people would know about us, and then they would buy. And what would be the cost of doing all this? They'd then ask. And here is just a number I just put here just for example purposes. Let's say 1 million per month. That's the cost of doing all this every single month. So how many coffee will people buy in a month if we spend this much? So let's say 100,000 people buy in a month. I spent 1 million, 100,000 people came in and bought. So I spent 1 million to make 2 million. Great. This is a nice bridge that I have. So if I spend 2 million, I'm going to make 4 million, right? So this is how they're thinking of things. And how much did you spend to get a customer here? You spent 10 dirhams, in this case, to get a customer. So because getting a customer is much more expensive than getting a customer that you already have to buy again. So they spend 10 dirhams to get a customer. So if I want more customers, I need to spend 10 dirhams in all this. What is the revenue per customer is 20. So if each person buys one coffee per customer, we get 20. So to get more customers, we just need to spend more. To get them to buy more after spending, you have a cost of keeping them in the loop. There's a lower cost there, but you're going to buy more if you keep them in the loop and updated with your coffee shop and so on. So this is how an offline business works. But the challenge is that it's hard and more costly to target them, because this over here are all physical stuff. Physical material have cost. This is more costly. And by giving someone a flyer, you can't get their information really. If you put a flyer, let's say on the road, they take the flyer, you can't get who took the flyer, how many flyers did people take, how many flyers did the wind just blow off the road, and so on. So there are many limitations in what you can see, get the information from, and track, and so on. And in your coffee, for example, you have limited seats, and employees need to sleep. So you have opening times. You have a capacity of how many people can come at once in your coffee shop and sit and order coffee. The cost of getting more customers is high because physical items are costly, of course, because it's material cost. It's hard to retarget them and nurture them. So you spend 10 dirhams to get a customer over here, but to get that customer to buy once again, it's really hard to find them. Like, you need to send them postcard. You need to know where they live and how comfortable are they to give you where they live just to buy coffee from you. You're not giving them something life-changing. So it's very hard, and there's a delay in the total cycle, basically from putting a flyer out to the person finding the place to going on Google Maps, and maybe you're in some place that's really hard to find, and so on. So there's a total customer cycle delay over here. And the biggest concern that you should ask, and we come back to attention units, if the attention is growing online, people are buying online, that means attention is shifting from offline to online. So you're doing all this, you're paying this much to a decreasing attention. And two, which is a very important point, if attention is decreasing over here, meaning that you need to pay 2 million to make 2 million. So the cost will become much higher for this to get a customer. Maybe you need to spend 20 dirhams per customer. So I hope you see how the challenges are coming in our offline business. Now let's take an online business. So the current situation again is the same. They need a break. They have no energy. They want caffeine and they want to get caffeinated, energized, and refreshed. So you have a cafe website this time. You don't have a coffee product. And the same price, you don't have the physical store, and you have the same price. So how will they know about the coffee? Similarly, but in the online world, social media marketing, digital media, website banner ads, on video ads, for example, YouTube ads. You can get audio ads, sounds on the podcast, biddable media, search engine marketing, search engine optimization, for example, or search engine advertising over here. So the difference, as you can notice with the challenge, is that this is 24/7. You have a global audience. You can track every single metric over here, such as the customer lifetime value, just as how many went to the cart and left the cart, and how many went on the website, what's the percentage of the traffic I'm getting from each source. And it's kind of lower in total cost of getting these customers and reaching more customers. I can reach more people at a much lower cost. It's quick, it's real time, there's no delay, and everything in the physical store is converted to the digital form. And attention is also coming online. So you see why this is a massive advantage from going offline to online. Now, I want to give you this other example, and this will drive the point home. This has another point that I'm making. So let's take another example, which is a library. A library is an offline business. The library solves the current problem of I have no idea, for example, it's a library, just for argument's sake over here, is a place that has books which you can rent or buy. Just in case there's a confusion about the definition of library. So a person goes to this place and says, I have no current idea how to cook Italian food or whatever kind of food. That's the current situation of a person. The desired situation that person wants to be in is, I want to become an amazing Italian chef. I just want to be that, but I have no idea currently. So he goes to the library and says, I want this book about Italian cooking. And the library's job is, there's a librarian at the desk that's getting books for you, and the products are booked. I'm going to give you the online example of this. So for example, you are here, you go to this librarian and say, what is the best Italian cuisine books? The librarian tells you then, let me check in my library. The librarian goes, comes back with 3 Italian books. The librarian chose those books based on the title, based on the description, based on the review, based on the popularity, and based on the authority and how far was this book published on. And then that librarian comes with 3 books and gives you those books. He tells you these are the 3 best books. And then another person comes and they keep on asking about Italian books. Then a person comes one day, which is, let's call him person A, says, hey, I want to sell, I wrote a book which is an Emirati cuisine cooking book, and I want to sell it. Can you sell it for me? The librarian tells them, it's not in demand, but I can recommend it to anyone who comes in and asks for Italian cuisine books because that's in higher demand. So this may not be in demand, but Italian books I know are in demand. People are asking about it, so I can recommend it when someone asks. The person A says, okay, do that. So then you come, and this is another example, you or someone else comes to this librarian and says, I want 3 Italian or the best Italian cuisine books. He goes, comes back here, gives you 3 books and tells you, hey, there's this Emirati cuisine book that is popular as well, along with Italian. Are you interested? You say, no, I'm not interested. I just want Italian books. Then you go away. Then you come another day and then you ask for the Italian books again, let's say. And then he recommends Emirati cuisine book. You take that book, you say, okay, fine, I'm going to try this now. I'm going to see if you really are truthful about this because you've given me good books previously. And then you take the book and go home. Then this librarian goes to person A and tells them, hey, And this is your invoice because I suggested your book. There's a person who took that book and is reading your book. Even though there's no demand, I created demand for you by putting it in front of Italian books and giving you my money now. Then he keeps on doing it for person A. Then more people come. They tell him, hey, can you sell my Russian cooking book? Can you sell my Japanese cooking book? Can you all sell my... Many people just come and tell him. The librarian says, I have one slot for whoever pays me the most will win. So I just have one slot. Whoever pays me the most money out of you, I'm going to put his book. So I'm going to keep on suggesting it. And I'm getting to a point here. You're going to see this is a nice point. So this is how an offline business works. Now let me show you how Google works exactly with the same model. The Google being Google that we know. And I mean, you know Google, how big Google is. So the same comes here. I have no idea how to cook Italian food. Desire it, become an amazing Italian cuisine chef. Google comes in, is a search engine, and has websites. So Google comes in, the same exact model. You come into Google, what's the best website for Italian cuisine? Google looks for websites, give you these websites, but suggests Emirati cuisine websites because someone has paid that person, Google, to present this as the sponsored ad. And this is exactly what sponsored ad is, by the way. Sponsored at the top, then your search answers come here. So this is the difference between offline and online. Google just took that model of the library, put it online, and look what we got. A big company. So welcome to the online world. This is the power of the online world, and I think you now see the full picture of how the online world works. And I was at SEF, Sharjah Entrepreneur Festival, in 2024, just this month. And Mohammed Al-Abbar was speaking, and he mentioned that no physical store can no longer survive offline. They need to become a tech company and go online. And when he said that, it clicked with me. And I was making these presentations during that time. So he said that every company must go online, must understand the data they have, must track the metrics because they no longer can survive offline. Attention is moving there. Everyone understands this. And this is why I am introducing you to the online world. And now with all this, you have officially entered the online world and you are ready to start mastering the full process of becoming an entrepreneur online and make and capture as much as money, let's say, or potential you have online. So the business flywheel, very nice concept. So now that you think of it and you're in the online world, the first question that may come to your mind is, or a series of questions, because these are the same questions I had, is that, okay, now you tell me to go in the online world. What business should I start? I don't know my passions. I have no skills. I have no idea how to start a business. But how do I start a business even though I wanted to start? It's super hard. And I'm very bad with tech, by the way. I don't know how to make websites, social media posts, and graphic design and all that. I have no idea how to do that. And also, which market should I go after? Like, who should I sell to? Okay, if you tell me who to sell to as well, I don't know how to sell them because I have nothing to sell them. And who would even buy my stuff? I mean, I don't think anyone would want to buy my stuff. And how will I get them interested to buy or even consider buying from me if I have something to sell? Why should they even be considered interested in what I have to sell? And what should I do if they are interested? Should I run away? Should I send a payment link? What should I do exactly? But one point is that I am really bad at sales as well. I don't like to be salesy. How will I take the money? I don't want to seem that I want to take their money or kind of salesman. And now that they gave me the money, okay, I was able to take the money. I don't know what should I do. What should I do when they get angry, for example, and I do a bad job? So these are very normal questions that are going in your mind right now. And we're going to answer each of these questions in full details that you'll have. It will no longer be a question. But these are very normal questions. And this is where I want to introduce to you the business flywheel. So the business flywheel basically answers all these questions. This is exactly what we want to go through in this UL MBA. So first of all, the market. You choose the market, which is going to be or your customer is going to be the core of everything. Then you have a certain product or service, which is your offer. Then this offer, once you have it and you know your market, you do the marketing. And once you do the marketing, you do the sales. Once you do the sales, you do the delivery. And then if you want to add another layer to this, you can supercharge this full cycle with technology, leadership, having a team, delegating these tasks to outsources, for example, outsourcing these tasks, or having systems in place. This is a second layer. AI comes here. AI does not come here. People start with the market, or they choose a customer and they just add AI to it. If this is not right, this won't work. So technology, leadership, delegation, systems all come later. This should be right. And this is what I want to focus on in the Fuel MBA. Offer, marketing, sales, delivery, all this cycle. Week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is all about this. So moving on, the power of the business flywheel. The business flywheel is the secret behind many successful companies, both offline and online. It is a strategy that has created millionaires and billionaires. This simple flywheel has created millionaires and billionaires, and we will focus fully on this flywheel because it's the fundamentals and then enhancements. And the way you think about this is like a car. Everything works together. It's not isolation. For example, if you choose a market but you have nothing to sell them, you don't have a business. If you have something to sell but you don't know how to market, or you're not marketing it, you don't have a business. Who will buy from you? And so on. So this strategy is universal, whether it is online retail, consulting, coaching, design, development, photography, whatever business you have, this works. This strategy works, and there's no excuses that this does not work for the business you want. So, and don't rush to do AI stuff and technology and all that. Get the foundations right first, and then we can do all the enhancements, because AI just makes a good business better and a bad business worse. So use AI later. Now let's talk about you, the entrepreneur path. Very important. So the most important part of the equation of any business is the entrepreneur. So what I want to do here, I want to give you a collection of beliefs and brutal truth that has helped me a lot in making more money, building businesses, and so on. And you can get the strategies right, the tactics right, you can get everything right, but if your mindset is not right, you will be the constraint of the business. You will stop you from making money. And this is 80% of the time the case with every business or entrepreneur I see. When they come to me for problems, it is because the entrepreneur does not have the right beliefs. They see life in a different way. That's not reality. And I hope just with these few slides to open a bunch of those. So you haven't started a business most probably because you feel you are not ready at this moment. And you've been reading books, you've been watching podcasts, you've been doing everything you need to do online, just going in that mood of gathering information, not starting a business because you feel you're not ready. And the core problem here is the noise. And I'm going to tell you the truth right now, you will never feel ready until you finish doing something. For example, in a business, you won't feel ready until you've done business. For example, if you have public speaking, you won't feel ready about public speaking until you have done the speaking. So the solution is do. Even if you feel not ready, do. Also, here are the main problems in this stage which make it hard. If you feel it's hard, or you feel not ready, these are the main problems. One, as I mentioned, you feel you're still not ready because you lack the proper mindset and belief. Two, you have no idea what you're doing because you keep on, if you're in business right now and you have no idea what you're doing, it's okay because your self-confidence is hammered daily because you're just starting out, you don't know what works. You don't know who to listen to and what is right or wrong, because if you've been hearing different opinions by the YouTube people, you've been in books, by everyone tells you something different. So you don't know who to listen to. You don't have something people want, product market fit. So you're just finding out what the exact problem is you're solving for people. You don't know that yet. So you maybe have something people want, but you're selling it to the wrong people, to the wrong market. So you have something, but you're selling to the wrong people that don't want it. Or maybe you have something people want, you're selling it to the right market, but you're not communicating it to them properly. You're bad at marketing and sales. So these are the main problems that make starting a business hard, as you can see over here. And we're going to solve all these problems. This is all the problems I've gone through and I've seen most people go through. So we're going to solve these problems. And if you have those problems, it's completely fine. So even though you feel all that, I urge you to push through. Just keep on pushing through and keep on doing this, what I'm going to tell you in the SEO MBA, until you get month over month more clients or the same amount of clients and sell the same amount of units for at least 4 to 6 months. So you either sell more each month or sell the same each month with a nice amount of cash collected, let's say. And we're going to do it in 2 ways. One, through one avatar, one offer, one channel. We focus on one only. One market, meaning one person, one type of person, one offer, one channel. We're going to talk about that. And the skill stack you need over here is not leadership. You don't need to read books about leadership. You don't need to read books about how to build a team. You don't need to read books about AI. You just need 4 things during this stage. You need to have the right mindset. This is very important. And not those self-help psychology books. The right mindset, which I'm going to share with you. You need to know how to create your offer. Offer includes selling it to one person, how to find that person. You need to know how to do marketing and the sales. This is all you need. You don't need anything else. I want this to sink in because many people focus on the wrong things that are not growing their business most of the time. And this would fix it if you just know from experience that there are only 4 important things you need when you're starting a business. And these are the 4 things. So, brutal truth is I wish I knew sooner. So I'm just going to give you a bunch of things that I just took my mind and just dropped it into 3 to 4 slides, which are things that I wish I knew sooner when I was starting a business. Because again, as I mentioned, I saw reality in a different way that was not reality. So I want to give you how reality is actually. And if you see it this way, then you'd be faster in growing your business, making more money, and so on. So point number 1, you don't get paid for attending or doing business. You get paid for delivering results. This is a very big shift because in school or a job or anything, you attend, you get the salary. You attend, you get this result. Attendance was very important. But in business, you don't get paid, which is what we're in business for attending. You get paid for delivering results to people. Point number 2, most of the time you'll feel that nothing is working. This is completely normal. This may be you. And you will be filled with uncertainty and doubt. I will not have a way to know that all this time, effort, and sacrifices will pay out or not. For example, you could go through 6 months of hard work and everyday doubt that this will work out or anyone will buy, and you have no way to find out if this will work out or not. And it's okay, because this is hard. This is what hard is. Like, if you choose this path, this is it. This is how it's supposed to be. So it's normal. Don't think it's just for you. So this is point number 2. Point number 3, it will take longer than you think, and it's okay. And when I say it will take longer than you think, it does not mean you're going to stay at low income for 4 years or 3 years. You're going to make more money, yes. You're going to keep on making more money slowly, yes. But you won't hit that $1 billion status that you wish you have that plan for. For example, you may have, I'm going to be a billionaire by 27. I'm going to be a billionaire by 30. By 32, I'm going to be a billionaire. If you're just starting out and you have 2 years down the line to become a billionaire, it may take longer than you think because you don't know what you are in until you are in it. So and this is nothing wrong with you, by the way. It's not you. It is how the process is. And okay. So point number 4 is you may work all day for months or years on something and not make more money. Know that if this is the case, you're working on the wrong things. So here, it will take longer than you think, as I mentioned. You will make more money by time. But if you spend all day for months or years not making more money, you are working on the wrong things. That means you have a belief that's making you see life in the wrong way than what reality is. And that's why you're not making more money. Theoretically, if you're working every single day, all day, you should be making more money. If you're not, that means there's something wrong happening. You're working on the wrong problems. So, point number 5, you will feel uncomfortable doing certain things and will unconsciously avoid doing them and delaying them. The work needs doing, and the faster you do it, the faster you will find success. So do what is required, not do what you feel like doing. So if you procrastinate, if you have 10 emails that you need to send by tomorrow, but you delay that 10 emails, you are delaying results, you're delaying success, you're delaying this full process that we just mentioned. And you may be uncomfortable doing them. For example, you need to have a meeting with someone very important. You may be uncomfortable with that. You may be delaying setting that appointment, but you're just hurting yourself. So regardless of what you're feeling, and this is how I go with business, regardless of what I feel, I just do it. So just do it. Just don't care about how you feel. Do it. Even if you're scared, even if you're nervous, even if you have no clue what to say, at least do it. So it is going to be hard. So every time you feel any negative feelings, think that this is the cost of living the life you want for yourself and family, and pay the cost smiling. So as I mentioned, there's a cost, and it's going to be hard 100%. I'm not going to tell you this is going to be super easy, because we're conditioned in a certain way during school and all that, and then with exams, attendance, job, so on, that this is going to be kind of challenging to us if we're taking a different route. So if you want to live that life that you want to live, there's a cost to it. So this is the cost. Whatever you feel at any time, that's the cost. So pay the cost while you're smiling and go ahead. This makes you tough as well. So get the fundamentals right. That's all is needed to hit 1 million plus. You can have no idea at what you're doing and still hit 1 million. This also means don't go all nerdy on tech and AI. Don't automate when you start. Do the manual basic work. So as I mentioned, if you're just starting out, mindset, offer creation, marketing, and sales. This is what I mean, get the fundamentals right. You may have no idea how to hire people. You may have no idea how to lead a team. It's not needed to reach 1 million plus. So don't focus on all that, because that's the wrong things to focus on. Focus on the right things at the current moment. So when you're starting out, you will get rejected a lot and even insulted. It is okay. Push through. It's part of the process. I'll give you a story over here. I pursued my PhD, was very known in the space industry, very known in all these things. And then at some point I decided I'm going to go in the service industry and help businesses. So what happened there is that nobody knew me in the services industry, in the agency industry. Nobody knew me. So I couldn't just go and say, hey, I pursued my PhD, I have this, I've done this, I respect me and do business with me. Nobody cared. I'm telling you hard facts, and this is where this all came from, is that nobody really cared. Really, nobody cared. So I got insulted, I got rejected initially, and there was many things that happened in the process. But now people know I deliver results. People know me now. So at the very beginning, you're going to feel that, you're going to get exposed to that. It's fine. It's just a phase you need to push through. So push and get to the other side. So this is just something I wish I knew sooner and someone told me. So if you're starting out, learn how to hold your breath. It will be hard, and it's like undergoing water. Holding your breath without a timer, with no idea when you'll go back again. Make sure to survive. So when you're going to business, it may take 6 months for you, 1 year, 2 years, depending on you and where you're starting from and so on. So just be prepared for the idea that you're going to be going underwater, holding your breath for a certain amount of time to come out on the other side, but you don't have a timer to that. Nobody can tell you 1 year, 2 year, 10 years. That's up to you and how much action you take. So just be ready for going underwater without a timer, and that's hard. That's hard by itself. So I'm just giving you what makes business hard. And don't jump around. Focus on one thing only. Even if you look like, if your friend comes and tells you, hey, I have this idea, if you put 300,000 here, you're going to make 500,000 in 2 weeks. Even if you're bored and you're not making money. I made this mistake before. So just focus on one thing. Ignore whatever comes in your way. Ignore. Just focus on one thing. Go all in and focus. Even if it's not making money, even there's opportunity over there, focus on one thing. because when it gets boring, that's when money comes in. Try to stay neutral most of the time, because people would cheer for you, will tell you, okay, nice video, I like how you did this, I like this, take my money, XYZ. But don't be happy about that, because your bad times will be more than the good times. People will insult you more than people will cheer for you, out of jealousy or whatever it is. So to stay neutral most of the time means that you're going to be neutral to good stuff, neutral to bad stuff. So you're going to be in a neutral zone, which is a good thing to be in. And all the effort and time you put in will go unnoticed by everyone until you win. So if you have a family right now, let's say, and you'll feel bad about your kids, for example, not having enough time with you and so on. The efforts and time and sacrifices you will do will go unnoticed. I'm telling you from now. They will not notice it. They will not notice it. I'm meaning that if you win, the caveat here, if you win. But if you keep on doing it without results, that's where they're gonna notice it, and it's gonna be painful, and the negative consequences will come. So what makes it hard is that you're gonna do all this, and you have to win. When you win, everything will get forgiven. Like the time and effort you put will be appreciated. Otherwise, it's not noticed, and you just stayed away from us. You didn't stay with us. So this is just something to know. And this is what makes business hard or any venture. So you will not be confident to do anything, but do it anyway. You will not be ready to do anything, but do it anyway. And show yourself that you can, and you will become confident. So give yourself evidence that you can instead of waiting to be confident. So when you're starting out, focus on inputs and not outputs. For example, with the videos we're making and so on, I'm focusing on giving inputs instead of the likes, impressions, and how many people watched and so on. Because when you're starting out, input as much as you can, so you can feel satisfied that you're doing the right thing and you're pushing as hard as you can. Outputs will take care of themselves on a long time horizon. So, and the most important one for me here, and this has helped me a lot, break down everything to most basic points. You see how we started these videos with attention units? So break it down to the most basic points, whatever you do. Like why? Keep on going down, why? Okay, people are not buying. Why? Because the psychology. Why? Because my product. Why? Because I'm not communicating it properly. Why? Because I don't know how to write copywriting or communicate it. Why? Because I'm not clear on the product myself. Why? Because I didn't spend enough time. You get the point, right? So go to the most basic units and you're going to solve most problems in business. And this is a very important one. I kept it aside by itself. Don't go after your dreams, because this is something I have fallen into previously, where I said I'm going to start the most biggest tech company in space, where I'm going to go against Elon Musk and I'm going to build satellite. I built my satellites, but I'm going to build rockets, satellites, spaceships, and go to Mars and so on. Yes, it's good to dream big and revolutionize the world. And I use this word a lot during that time: disrupt, revolutionize technology and innovation and so on. But now what I realized the hard way after years and losing a lot of money is that, and when people come to me, I bring them, usually when someone comes to me with such dreams, I bring them back to earth, let's say, and I tell them how things really work. So don't go after your dreams yet, because you can't be as big as Jeff Bezos, Zuckerberg, Steve Jobs, Elon Musk just yet, because they started from a different situation that you are starting from. If you are looking for money right now, or if you don't have a stable income, or your income is low, or your business is not running properly, don't have such big dreams. The first problem you need to solve is the problem of your money, the financial problem. Once you solve that problem, you're going to be in the same conditions where Bezos or Zuckerberg or Steve Jobs or Elon Musk started with. For example, I don't know if many people know this, but Bezos was a coder, then became a product manager at the company, then became an investment banker, then started selling books, which now became Amazon. Zuckerberg was a coder. then a student in Harvard, well off with family, was mapping colleges, which is now Facebook. So they didn't start with these big companies. They have different starting situations. So if you want to have the same results, you need to have the same situation, right? So get to the same situation, then think of the next thing. So in summary, welcome to the online world. It is fun and a rewarding journey. Attention is here. We have set the foundation of starting a business in general and the beliefs of the entrepreneur. Always keep the business flywheel in your mind. Don't use AI very early because AI will come, but get the fundamentals right. And there's nothing more to it. See you in the next video. So now let's talk about business models. How can you design your business model? So what we're going to cover here is 1, what are business models about business models, and what are 3 online business models. So follow on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok for exclusive content. Share this course. Let's change people's lives together. It's completely free. And don't skip. This is a crucial video. So play it in 1.5 to 2x speed to save time. So about business models. Let's begin. So this is a simplified online business model, which I'm going to share with you. I'm going to give you complete access and we're going to go to full details about this business model, and you can modify it and just make it your own. You can see the flywheel over here, business model, value statement, and how everything works, and some mindset stuff over here and something to be clear about. So understanding business model at its very core, what is a business model? People talk about business models all the time. So a business model is basically how you plan to make money. So it's if you remove all the jargons and the definition on Google and so on, it's basically how you make money. So instead of doing it in 100-page documents that no one has ever read or has time to read, we can make flowcharts right now that's very to the point and clear and concise. So it should include the flowcharts, of course, your current situation to the desired situation, your business. Basically, we talked about that. How are you going to get customers? Because customers are going to be paying you. How are those customers going to pay you? And what are the pricing models you're going to use? So there's no such thing as a perfect business model. Just keep that in mind. There are many types of business models, but there's no perfect business model. Everyone has its advantages and disadvantages. So choose what's right for you. So business model hacking over here, there is something that you can do if you want to just run a business as soon as possible or faster, let's say. It's that you find people who are running the business or a similar business that you want to run, look at what you're doing, and I'm going to give you the business model over here and just adapt that to what you're doing, copy that in a way, master it, innovate on it, and then dominate that type of business model. So this is a very fast way to get to market. Just look at what people are doing, because I'm sure there's someone doing similar to what you're doing. Go on YouTube, see how they're making content around it. What are the topics they're talking about? Because most probably they are in demand. And then look at the business. How are they taking money? From where are they getting their customers and so on? So I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. But just so we understand the high-level view of a business model, this is what we're going to cover over here. And the key points in business model hacking is you want to improve upon what you copy. Don't just copy, improve upon it, add a unique value, add your unique experience or twist, and keep on learning and adapting. Because as a business, we mentioned, a business is taking someone from a current situation to a desired situation. So getting to know how people do that and solve this problem and doing it much better is what makes you dominate. So keep on learning, adapting, getting the skills so your business model evolves into the best business model you can have. So what are the 3 online business models? The first one is the personal brand model. This is where you are the face of the business. This is good for content creators, consultants who put a lot of content out, influencers, and so on. Or if you want to just create content and become a personal brand, a thought leader, where you write articles on LinkedIn, for example, and so on, this is good for you. You are the face of business. So the way you grow your money, your income through this business model is by growing your reputation and building a system about it to monetize that. So we're going to go into details. I'm going to go into a different sheet after this, but right now, this is business model number 1. Business model number 2 is you separate your business from your personal brand. So you have a personal brand, yes, and you have a business by itself. This makes your business sellable, because if the personal brand and the business are one, which is in this case, you can't sell your business because you're going to be selling yourself in a way, because you are the face of the business. But here, you're not the face of the business. You have your company on the side. You have your personal brand on the side. You're monetizing your personal brand in a way, and you have certain things you're monetizing on your business. And when people ask the question of, should I have a different account for social media for my personal brand, me and my business, or should they be the same account and so on? This depends on what your business model is and what business model you like. This question usually means they don't understand the business model. So understanding business model, you're going to answer that question. So this is making your business sellable, and it's great for earning from your personal brand and also from your business separately. And your personal brand, of course, will help your business indirectly, and your business will help your personal brand indirectly. And I love this model, to be honest. It's nice. If you want to be more indirect as well, there's this Gary Vee kind of model, which is business-centric model. So you don't monetize from a personal brand. You just give value in your personal brand, but you privately sell on your business, because this indirectly helps your business. So you can monetize indirectly from your personal brand through your business, where you push them or give indications about your business, and then you sell as the business. This is for those who don't want to look very salesy and so on. So now let's dive deep into this business model. I opened the flowchart over here, and I'm going to share this with you, the link. You can go modify, duplicate it for yourself and so on. So let's move, here it is. Let's move to the first part, which is the first high level overview of everything, and before going down. So high level overview, as you can see over here, is you have the entrepreneur, you have the business, the traffic, how are you going to generate the traffic, conversion funnel, and so on. I give you kind of mine, but you can adapt it to yourself. So first of all, as an entrepreneur, you write your vision. What's your vision for this business model, for your business? What you want to achieve from this, from let's say 1 year from now, from this business, and the mindset truths, which we mentioned in the previous video. What are certain things you want to remember every single day and you don't forget, just to keep you seeing reality in the way that it is and making money. So things that you don't want to forget, you just keep on adding to this over here. The second point is the business. What's the business? What's the current situation? What's the desired situation? What's the business? What problem you're solving? And your value statement. Then you have the business flywheel over here, just to never forget to get the fundamentals right before going to the supercharge mode. Then you write your traffic lead generation. Basically, from where are you going to get your traffic? You're going to get them from Instagram. For example, over here, Instagram, green is basically free organic sources. These are paid sources. So Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, let's say TikTok, and then you have school posts. Then you can do meta ads or Google ads, and then you can do collaborations, or you can do email newsletters. You're all going to send them to the website or to a landing page. The landing page has these call to action, which will send them to Seola Free, let's say. The pricing model is over here. Or you can send these to Seola Free. You can then, from here, once you gather the email and name, you can retarget them and keep on sending them emails with an email newsletter to get them back in this loop, just in case they don't come in. So then Seola Free, that only once they're here, and you just explain what this is very briefly with your pricing model, you then say, okay, this is what I'm going to upsell them to, Seola subscription, once they're done out of this, to give them this. They can add multiple products down the line. This is just an idea of how your business model is, and this is your business model basically. So something you need to go through and fill it and modify it for yourself. Now let's look at business model number 1. I don't have a mouse over here, so let's do it this way. Okay, there it is. So this is business model number 1. You can see that traffic, conversion, and then you have the products and services on the right. So the traffic over here is, for example, daily content on these platforms, the free and the paid. You're going to send them, which is business model, the personal brand 1. You send them to this part over here, our personal website. which you have the call to action, join the free community. Then you go from the free community to here, to the pricing model, low ticket, to the consulting high ticket upsell, and then, or you can do it this way, and then you can do it the done for you agency services. So you have traffic generated content to a website or an email list, then you upsell every single product, and from the email list you can sell to every single part. So this is a very popular online business model for personal brands. A second one over here is you have the personal brand and you have the business. So you create daily content for your business and personal brand. And this is where it gets a bit complicated if you go with this model, where you need to create daily content for both. And then from both, for example, from the personal brand, what you can do is you take them to a personal website, and here you take them to a business website. So you need two websites. In the business websites, they book a call. On the personal website, they can go through the community model, and in the business websites, they book a call for your done for you services, which is your high ticket service, which is 10,000 plus. And then this leads to the cash collected. So this is business model for the personal brand and business. Business model number 3, which we talked about. You have the personal brand, you have the business, you have daily content as well over here for each, but you don't sell on the personal brand, as you can see. You have all your products under your business, nothing in your name. And everything is going through the business website, which you go over here, then you upsell, then cash collected. So this is the third business model. So in short, this is a very short one. You're going to take this and summarize this and modify it to yourself, but duplicate these models and adapt it to your business. If you want to business hack someone, do it on Myra as well. Draw these flow charts and copy, then innovate, then dominate. And always look at the business model to stay up to track and do not divert to tasks that won't grow your service or scale your business. That being said, let's go to the next video. Now, let's talk about the digital buyer's journey. So what we're going to cover here is from funnels to flywheels, very important concept. Then understanding the online behavior of people, how do they behave online? And then we map out the customer journey. So follow on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok for exclusive content. Don't forget, share this course. Let's change people's lives together. It's completely free. And don't skip. This is a crucial video. Play it on 1.52x speed to save time. So from funnels to flywheels. Before we go into the fun stuff, you may be eager to say, okay, I want to go make my ads. I want to go do things. I want to launch my website. I want to get customers and so on. But we will get to that. But it's very important to initially get this crucial concept right, which is understanding how people operate online. And by mastering the digital buyer's journey, you'll stand out and become the top 1% in your field. You're going to see by this video and the next video how understanding or executing these concepts will make you stand out and be in the 1%. We are going to explore how people discover, consider, and buy products or services online today. So let's see how we have shifted from traditional offline buying to the dynamic world of online. So the evolution of the buyer's journey. Initially, I'm going to take you through the timeline of how buyers have evolved. This will give you a big or a holistic overview of how things have changed. So I have the linear model over here and non-linear. So initially it was linear, where people would have seen something on a newspaper, drive to the shop, talk to the shop owner, and make sure it was from the right newspaper because there are no Google Maps and so on, and then do the purchase. And so everything was limited in terms of information. They couldn't go online and search about reviews, testimonials, and so on. So everything was kind of linear. And this is where two models came into play: the AIDA model and the moment of truth, which is, I'm going to talk about this. This is I think the president of SAS Airlines, and this was to improve the customer experience. So these two were linear models. But then the first website came, as we saw in the, let's say, 3 videos back, during this period, where people started transitioning from offline to online. Then McKinsey and the company came with the McKinsey Consumer Decision Journey in 2009. Then 2011, we had the ZMOT, Zero Moment of Truth by Google. And in 2018, we have all these new cyclic funnel and flywheels that came into play. So from funnels to flywheels, let's look a bit in more details. So initially it was very offline. It was a straightforward, limited path, as we said, towards direct email or direct mail, not email, but TV and radio and so on, with limited information, where businesses had more control on the information that was being passed to the consumer to make them think what they want them to think in order to buy. Then SAS Airlines president came in and added the importance of customer interaction in this linear process. So they say, okay, once the customer sees this information, what's their interaction we have? Once they come to the shop, what's the interaction and so on? Just so they improve the customer experience. And then things started shifting when buyers started to go online with social media, websites, search engine, and so on. And they had access to more information. And then they introduced something called, there's something called the word of mouth, which people buy more or less. And there is information everywhere where the word of mouth is being affected by that. And this is where the McKinsey model came in. And then cyclic flywheel models came, where the online buyer became no longer predictable, because he could start or she could start by a testimonial, then go look at the product, instead of looking at the product, then looking at the review. He could start from any direction in any way. So it became very hectic, and new models came into play where they built ecosystems around it and say, okay, there's a flywheel over here, and this is how the consumer buys. So this is just to give you an overview of how things have changed and will keep changing with new technology that comes into play. An example is AI, for example. With AI right now, most probably, like now you search on Google, right? What if you search on ChatGPT, if ChatGPT has the most updated information and so on, and no longer search on Google? So that's different. What information will ChatGPT show them based on what? So this would change how the buyer would buy stuff as well, because they'd be looking at ChatGPT that say, analyze this product with this product, and then break down this product to its core ingredients, and then tell me about this ingredient and why is it. So now to sell to that buyer, you need to understand that ingredient and talk about that ingredient and make ChatGPT say a certain thing to that person so that person buys from you. So it becomes a bit more complex as time goes by. So from funnels to flywheels, funnels very linear, and this is what's discussed in every marketing article you see, but is more likely the situation is this for the online world. Funnels basically awareness to the sale. The goal is to make the sale out of this. Once you come here, you're aware, then you make the sale. But in flywheels is like it's on an ecosystem, is going around and keep on making the sale. This is effective offline when there was limited information, but right now this is not that effective because you can get information from anywhere and everywhere. This is oversimplified, but it's very good for explaining ideas and illustrations. And this lacks post-sale focus. For example, after the sale, there is no focus. This has the post-sale focus. It can get complex and chaotic sometimes, but it's good for implementation. This is effective online. And this is a circular path instead of a linear path. It's very non-linear. And that's by Google, by the way, where someone starts by the triggers, exploration phase, evaluation phase, then gets to the purchase experience, and they're within this exposure at all times. So understanding the online behavior. First, where can people be online? If you want to think about it, where can people be online if they're online? They can be on their phone. They can be on a computer, on a tablet, iPad. They could be on other devices such as the Vision Pro headset, whatever it is connected on the internet. What are the social media channels they can be on? Facebook, Instagram, X, LinkedIn, TikTok, Snapchat, and all that. Search engines. They could be in Google, Bing, Yahoo, Baidu, Yandex. What video platforms? We have YouTube, Twitch, live streams, Rumble, and so on. Mobile applications, chat platforms, streaming, Netflix, Spotify, so on. Others, Google Maps. They can be in Google Maps. They could be in Outlook. They can be in ChatGPT. They can be at PayPal, Udemy, Kajabi, School, whatever it is. So people are online. Right now you're in school watching this or on YouTube watching this. So they could be anywhere online. These are the online places they could be. So for different markets, they're on different places. For example, if you're talking to people who love to listen to music, they're listening music on Spotify and Apple Music. So if you have something related to music, you want to sell it to people who listen to music, it's most probably making an ad somewhere here because they're there. So you need to understand who you're selling to know where they are exactly online on the map. And once you know where they are online, it's good to know what they do within their day, that exact person, from 6 a.m. when they wake up, assuming, and sleep at 11 p.m. So for example, over here, when they wake up, they instantly check their social media and emails that they missed overnight because they have that fear there may be an important email that they have missed. Or during their lunch breaks, for example, if they have a job, they go on social media to see what their friends are doing or get updated because they were busy with work. Or when before they sleep, they check their phone, they check TV, they watch a show and so on. So this helps you know when to give them the ad, for example, when to talk to them, when they're most likely to answer you, when basically gives you the full picture of what your target audience is doing online. And I've done this for many markets, and I've noticed that I've done this in this way where online is up, offline is down. They're mostly online. This is attention basically. So attention from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. Offline being not on their phone or anything we mentioned previously, online being online. So they're mostly online during the time, if you notice. So this is something critical as well. If someone is online most of the time in their day, so it's something indicative that it's important to know. So, but you can see that attention is split between online and offline, and they usually hop from online to offline if you look at it very realistically. So what we're doing is that as businesses or as an online business, we're trying to get the scattered attention between online and offline, between different platforms and different places, and capture that attention and transform it to money. So we need to really understand our buyer, or how do they buy online, and to understand really what they do, because we need to understand them and this timings and what they do and so on. But there are problems as well to this, because all businesses are fighting for the same amount of attention when they come online. So for example, I'm offline. Then I come online on a social media, I get these ads. So everyone's fighting for the attention. Then I go offline, then I come back, again, I fight with the attention. So this is another layer of complication that we have with the attention that we're fighting for. And this also sometimes fatigues the mind, just so you know. So there are different tactics of doing marketing and so on to get the attention and stand out. And something you must know between this full process over here is that people go on social media to spend time. For example, if someone is waiting for his wife to shop at a certain mall while he has nothing to do, he most probably will go on social media to spend time and just waste time and just kill time. He won't go to waste time on Google, asking Google a question. That may be the 1% weird people. It's like me, but you get the point, right? Social media is more for pleasure and having fun. And search engines, Google, for example, is more for intent-based. They have a question, they want to know something. So you may find buyers on Google more than social media. Social media is more of, I just want to have fun. I don't want ads here. I don't want to get bombarded with ads. So everyone is fighting for this attention, as I mentioned, and it makes this environment very noisy. The online world is very noisy. So your goal as a business is to cut through this noise and get the signal through. And this is in today's online audience, just some challenges that I've seen with the audience. If you want to cut through that noise, is that they choose to research than to get the ads and be told by now this is the offer and so on. They choose to go on Google and ask you, what's this? What's it about? Is it good? What are people saying? And so on. They choose to research over being sold to. They often skip ads and opt-ins. And that's why most people have YouTube ad blocker, for example, because they don't want ads. They want an ad-free experience. And sometimes they try to skip all the ads on Instagram and so on. They begin with zero trust. They don't trust, they go on social media with ads starting at zero trust. They don't trust 100% or 80%. The trust is zero. You need to build the trust slowly because of the scams that are on online world. And this is getting worse by time. They experience mental burnout because of the zaps of information, as I mentioned. And when they go online, they get zaps of ads and so on. So it's like very tiring for them. They guard their personal information and is wary about new contacts. Basically, they don't want to give their information to everyone because they don't want to be spammed by everyone. So knowing these challenges, your goal is to go through the noise and just talk to the consumer by understanding them properly and getting into their minds. I'm going to show you exactly how to do that in the next video, but this is the goal, the ultimate goal of understanding the online behavior of the market, your market especially. So what are they doing online? What are they really doing online? So this is based on real statistics that the main reason people use the internet, which is more than 60%, is to look for information. Whatever information it is, they go on the internet to look for information. So you can say that most people are looking for information. And the second and third reason are they want to contact their family and friends and watch shows in the news. So social media is mainly used for passing time and staying in touch with people. With only about 26% of people using social media use it to find products. So that's a small percentage of people using social media to find products. This also means that you running your ads on Instagram or whatever it is may not be the only best choice you could do. Maybe you could look at Google, because not many people are searching for buying products online. You're just targeting that 26%. And 74% of users do their homework on brands and products on social media before purchasing. So once they know about you from somewhere, or they see you in a store, for example, offline, they go on Instagram. For example, you see a restaurant. You go on Instagram, check the food out. That's 70% of people. You see a clothes, whatever brand offline. You go and check that, and then you come and buy. So you see offline, you research online, look for information, that's 60%, then go buy. That's 78% for the UAE market. And Instagram is the leading platform for brand and product research. Then comes Facebook and TikTok. So Instagram, people use it mainly for the product research and so on. Moving on. Mapping out the customer's journey. So there are many types of people in this journey, going from the funnel up to down, or the cyclic loop of the flywheel. So there's cold, there's warm, there's hot. Cold are people who don't know you and have never heard of your business. They're completely cold. You don't have their contact information. They don't trust you. They want to ignore you. They're not interested in you. And they just don't know you. These are cold people. They don't trust you at all. They're at the very end of the spectrum. Then you have warm people, which are somewhere here. These are people who know you and your brand, your products and services and what you sell. They may have visited your site and seen your content and have no interest in buying from you, but they don't trust you yet. And they have not bought from you before. So these are warm people. Then you have hot people over here, which they highly trust you. They have bought from you before, and there is a high probability that they will buy from you again. So you need to understand, who are you targeting in the digital buyer's journey, or the customers online within cold, medium, or warm and hot. So these are easiest to sell, of course. These is hardest to sell. The most insults you'll get and ignores you'll get are by these people. Warm are good, and there are ways to get them from cold to warm to hot to buy from you. So awareness is also another problem in the journey. So people, the online buyer doesn't, so I'm telling you these because these are unlocks in my brain that actually help me talk to people who are cold, bring them to warm, bring them to hot and buy. Without these, it would have been really tough to get them through the cycle. So our awareness problems in the journey. People don't know they have a problem. This is a lot of people, they don't know they have a problem. And these people are the hardest to convince to buy something from you. And it does not make sense if you're starting out a business just right now to go after these people, because they're really hard to convince, because they have a problem. So remember, your business is taking from point A to B. They don't know they have a problem that would take them to point B. You need to convince them that you have a problem and this is the problem I'm going to solve. You're not just convincing them about the solution. So these are the hardest people. The second problem of awareness is they don't know there's a solution to the problem. They know the problem, but they don't know the solution. And the third problem, awareness problem here, is that they don't know about your product or service and how it solves their problem. So they know there's a solution, but they don't know that you have a product that is the solution and solves their problem. And the fourth problem over here, they don't know if your product is the best solution out of all the products. So there are many products that do the same thing. They don't know that yours is the best one. This comes to some concept introduced by Eugene Schwartz in 1966. This is a highly recommended book that I recommend you to read as well, that talked about 5 levels of customer awareness. So there is unaware, problem aware, solution aware, product aware, most aware. So the unaware is not aware of the problem and solution, as we said. The problem aware is aware of the problem but not the solution. Solution aware is aware of the solution options but not about your solution that you have. Product aware is aware of the solution but not aware that why your solution is the best solution out of everyone. The most aware is aware of your solution, that it is the best solution and he wants to buy. So this is the hardest to convince, and as you go down, it gets easier to convince them. And you can look at it as this is cold to hot as well. So this is just something to look at. So moving on, I put this all together in the market sophistication model. So if you look at this, you have the top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom funnel. Right, I said flywheels are better, but for illustration purposes, we use this funnel. So over here, the awareness level, we can see them are unaware and problem aware. They don't know they have a problem, or they know a problem, but they don't know about the solution. So the type of traffic you may see here is cold. So they have no pain or starting to feel it. So they don't have a pain, or they're starting to feel that pain slowly. And this is, by the way, 80% of the market. They're here. And nobody's competing on these guys with the content they create, for example, the businesses or the ads they create and so on. They want either these guys or these guys, which they know there are problems. They know there is a product. They know there is a solution. They know they have a problem. They're just convincing them that they are the best solution out of all the solutions. This is where most people are competing. So there's high competition here. You need to pay a lot of money and do a lot of things to get them to buy from you. And this is only 3% of the market. Everyone is fighting for people over here, which are the hot people who have awareness on the product and are most aware of making them most aware of their product and have kind of high trust. But the opportunities are here for you. I don't recommend you, if you're starting out, to look here, neither to look here. You can do a bit of here, but mostly focus on here, because 17% of any market is over here. And these people understand the solutions, that there is a solution for the problem, but they don't know that your solution is the best solution, or why should they choose your solution. So this would be, there is moderate competition here, but this would be the best choice if you're starting a business. So just an idea on how to look and who to target within the online space. You know now this model, and you know on who, if you do a good job over here, you just dominate. Big companies, once they have a good amount of income, this is of course more expensive, but they try to dominate this part. So once they have a good income, let's say, they go and get these guys all down the cycle. So if you can get someone to know that they have a problem, and then to understand that there is a solution to that problem, so on, they already trust you. They already go from no trust to high trust over here. Then they're most likely to buy from you. So just think of it this way, and how you can do a good job here and here. Moving on. So in summary, you must meet the buyers and join the conversation in their head, because there is too much noise. So you need to understand where they are, what they're doing online, what problems do you have, and what levels are they at. I'm going to show you exactly how in the next video. And you can use funnels for this explanation and illustrations, but you keep the flywheels. It's much better for understanding reality, but it's more complex. But if you want to explain to someone, funnel is the best. And model your buyer's journey by gauging their awareness levels and where they are within the funnel. That being said, let's go get a practical and put this into practice. Now let's talk about choosing your niche. So what we're going to cover here is the niche system And then we're going to talk about the applied example. So first of all, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok for exclusive content. Follow me there. Share this course that's changed people's lives together because it's completely free. And then don't skip this video because it's very important. Play at 1.52x speed to save time. So the niche system. The biggest issue I've seen with people when choosing the niche is they overcomplicate it. One, and they struggle with choosing a niche because, again, they overcomplicate it. They don't know exactly what to look at and so on. I've built a system around this, which I'm going to share with you in this video. But the strategy shift over here is that instead of fitting a niche to your skill set, adapt your skill set to fit a chosen niche, which is doing the opposite. So don't think about what skills I have, I'm going to go in this market. Think about what problem does the market have which is worth solving, and how do I get my skills to solve the problem of that market. So market clarity. The market will see you useless if you're not clear about your niche. This is something that I had to put in here because many people sell anything to anyone who wants anything and from anyone. They just sell. They just want to sell anything to anyone and make money. But the market will see you useless if you do that. They see this guy or this girl doesn't know what he's doing, and I don't want to buy from this person. So market clarity is very important. I'm going to show you the exact system I use for every single person to be clear on the market. And I want to give you just something about specialists versus generalists. Generalists are basically in chaos. Specialists are the people who grow, are extremely narrow in something. But I've done both. And the best model I've seen work for me is to become both at the same time, which is exactly what I want to show you here. I don't recommend anyone being a specialist or a generalist alone. I recommend everyone being both at the same time because at this day and age of technology with AI and so on, you can become both. Long ago, you could not, and there are a lot of examples on this because technology was not there. Everyone should have been a specialist, specialize in something and be good at something. But nowadays, in the online world especially, you can be both at the same time as a single person. So niching down clarifies your market position, enhances growth and adaptability, master one niche, and then expand to stay relevant and successful. So profitable market, which are the human pains. This concept has been popularized in the business world. I'm sure you've heard of them at some point. There are three profitable markets. The one is health, then wealth, then relationships. And then there's this quote by Colin Dowling saying that people buy only four things and four things only. They just want those four things, which are more time, more money, more pleasure, or more approval and peace of mind. So if you're selling anything other than these, you will fail. This is a popular quote by Colin Dowling as well. But also you've seen some advancements, let's say, in the current age, that's no longer just health, wealth, relationships, it's happiness as well. And some people are saying you are the niche. So you become the niche. So I'm giving you what's in the market, what people think, what people in the business world think, and then what additions we have right now, very, very recent additions. So selecting your niche. Many people find this challenging and confusing. And I did very much as well find this challenging and confusing when I started out because I had no system to it. And the reason was that people, or me at that time, lacked self-awareness. I didn't know myself properly. And I thought I had no skill or expertise that could have been value to others. And this is what most people think as well. So I'll give you a framework that I developed around this that works really well with me, similar to how a funnel looks, to choose your niche from start to end. So the common question here is that, and a common question I get by most, in one of the calls I got the same question, is that you're saying that, so you said, choose what the market is, the problem is, and then build a skill set around it. What if I do not do what I'm passionate or love? Because everyone tells me do what you're passionate about or love. But what if it's not something I'm passionate about? So my answer to that person was, if you're in something that you're passionate about and does not pay you or improve you as a person, but you're passionate about it, then it won't become a passion at some point when life becomes tough and you need to pay the bills and you have responsibilities and so on. Passion will quickly die. And what I found out is that you love and become passionate about things that make you money, one, and things you're good at. So even if you're not passionate about, let's say, whatever it is, fixing computers, but if you're good at fixing computers, it makes you a lot of money, you're going to start feeling that passion come in. So just keep that in mind. I've noticed that. So this is the system I've used for most businesses to choose their niche. So it goes like this. It starts by brain dumping. Just to explain this, basically it is looking at yourself to get that self-awareness and looking at the big picture, identifying the problem and testing it through two tests, which are the interest and the niche test, and then developing the skills around it to get the niche selected. If you have the skills, after a niche test, you have the niche selected. If you don't have the skills, I'm going to give you 4 models to get the skills and get the niche selected. So let's begin with this flow chart. The process is as follows. First, you start with idea generation, which I'm going to go through. So I'm going to read this out then. I'm not going to go through the details. I just kept this for you, but I'm going to show you exactly how to do each. So you start with idea generation, where you brain dump 20 topics that you're interested in. Then you start narrowing them down to find intersection between them. Then you look if you really are interested in them or you're just thinking you are interested in them. Then you start defining or labeling it in a certain domain. And then you structure a domain map, which I'm going to show you how. And by the way, use ChatGPT. It's very helpful for this process. Just use it as a side thing to help you think. And maybe I could make a separate video on that and me using ChatGPT and doing exactly this. Then you explore possibilities and navigate through that domain. And then you look at the niche tests, whether this niche is or this market is feasible, which many people are stuck on the feasibility analysis part. This is your feasibility analysis. Then you see if you have the skills or not and how could you get the skills around that niche. So now let's start with the example. So step number 1, we mentioned 20 topics you're interested in. So now you get a piece of paper, you write 20 topics you're interested in. Don't think of your skills, of what you love and so on. Just put anything you are interested in. If it's 20 at least, you can put 50, you can put 100, whatever it is. Even if there is a slight interest in that. For me, for example, business, finance, marketing, technology, psychology, research, data, education, branding, growth, all these are things I am interested in. Even coding, history, animals, has no relation, but I just put 20 things I am interested in. You can do the same. Pause this video, do that. Once you do that, and this could be kind of questions not necessarily you need to answer, but this helps you choose the previous things you may be interested in. For example, what practical experiences you have, what do you love to do, what people come to you for, what problem did you solve for yourself, what did you hear about your whole life. For example, someone in your family is a dentist, so your mother is a dentist, and you've been hearing about teeth for the past 20, 25, 30 years. So you know something about teeth. So you can write teeth, for example, your interests. So here's some examples, for example, how to answer these questions. You can go through that, but not important. So you write those 20 interests, then you start choosing 3 of them. Just choose 3 out of the 20. You can pause the video while you're doing this. Choose 3 out of those 20, and they should intersect in any way. For example, I chose business, technology, branding. Business, what is the intersection between these? Business always look to grow, have leverage. So I know businesses, they always want to grow their business, have leverage, be competitive. And so they use technology in a way, such as AI, to do that. And also they focus on personal branding right now to use that as leverage to grow their business. So this is the intersection for me. What is the intersection of the 3 interests you have chosen? That's your second steps. So after selecting your 3 interests, it would be good to see if they're aligned to accomplish what you want to help people with. So previously what we did, we know people's current situation, the problem we're solving, your business, and the desired situation. And now what you did is that you chose 3 things that you are interested in. You found the intersection. Then you look here. Does it help? Does your interest help solve this problem or not? So if it does, great, you are aligned with the problem you want to solve and your interests are aligned. If it's not, it's okay as well. Continue the process, because either your niche will change or your help with people will. What kind of people you help with. So either this will change or the niche you select will change. So the process will filter out. Just continue. So now this is a quick test to see that are you really interested in the things that you just mentioned. So what you do next is step number 3 is you write those 3 things and you write very high conviction beliefs about those 3 things that you have. For example, in business and technology and branding, for me, most business people in the UAE don't have their business fundamentals right. This is a high conviction belief I have because I've seen it over and over again, and you can fight me on it. You can discuss me on it and debate me on it, and I could go on and on it because this is a high conviction belief I have. You don't win in business, and this is a high conviction belief. You don't win in business. It's an infinite game. You don't win. You don't finish business. You don't be a winner. There's no winning in business. You keep playing business. So that's a high conviction belief. Data is a superpower. This is a high conviction belief for me. So write high conviction beliefs of your 3 topics that you have chosen. Then step number 4 is make your domain clear and label yourself. So the domain is basically a mixture of everything, which is you. For me, business, branding, technology, me in the middle over here. And this mixture is the domain. So you now know in what domain you want to be in. This is where you want to be in. This is the problem you want to solve. This is your interest. You have high conviction belief about that. So you have enough knowledge about that. And this is the market that you can go after. It can be more than 3 topics, of course, but don't overcomplicate it when you're starting out. We start with 3 right now since you're starting out. And don't think of your skills and don't think how good you are in these skills just yet. Just think of interests. They're just interests. You know something about this. You know something about cars. They're just interests. It could be business, cars, animals. So maybe you could do something regarding having a business that drives animals around. That could be an idea, but then it would fail the niche test that we have, which is down the line. Then you'd come back and choose another interest. So this is kind of a loop. So just let's move on with this. So now you can label yourself. You know what domain you are in between, for example, me, business, branding, and technology. I can label myself. I can call it a name that's known or unknown. It could be anything. I could call myself an introvert leader. I could call digital money maker, data-driven business creator, digital entrepreneur, businessman, entrepreneur, tech entrepreneur. Whatever I want, I can call myself. It doesn't matter. You just choose something for yourself because this is important just so you have I'm going to show you now. I'm going to show you. So step number 5 is draw a hierarchy structure for your domain. So you choose a domain and you want to build a domain map, something like a university major curriculum, but for your domain that you just chosen based on your interests. So it's like a curriculum of university, but for you, like a bachelor's curriculum, but for you, like tailored to your interests. So your domain map should have these layers. You should have the domain, the label, the broad category, which is under it. Then you have the niche, then you have the sub-niche, then you have the specialized. These are descriptions, but once I show you, they're going to be clear. So you have the domain, which I call myself here, digital entrepreneurship. Of course, with the help of ChatGPT, you can get this very clearly and instantly. Now I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you exactly how. Maybe I make a separate video on that. So digital entrepreneurship. Then I have digital marketing, business strategy, emerging technology. So technology, business, branding. This is what ChatGPT gave me. Then you have the niches. In digital marketing, you have content marketing, search engine optimization, social media marketing, business strategy, you have niche selection, this, offer creation, and so on. This is not the full chart, by the way, because there's no space here. There's emerging technologies, you have blockchain for business, you have AI and machine learning for marketing, and so on. In that, you have chatbots, predictive analytics, setter chatbots. For example, let's go to the niche. The niche is social media marketing, sub-niche is Instagram marketing, because Instagram is part of social media. Then you have Facebook as well. Then you have specialized being Instagram viral reels marketing. So this is my domain map. I'm going to show you how you can move around the domain map, but you need to draw a domain map based on what your interests are after passing the interest test. So this is you. This is your life. It's going to be your life's work, basically. Your whatever you want to do in your life. And this is what makes you unique from other people. So once you have the domain map, decide if you want to stay a generalist or become a specialist or both. I recommend both. That's the new strategy that I've developed for myself because it works best for me. And it's completely possible because of AI and all the tech available. There's no right and wrong. I'm telling you this, but I'll explain both for you. And I used to be that person because I pursued my PhD. And PhD allows you to become really specialized. And that's the requirement of PhD to begin with, because you become really specialized. So I used to believe that jack of all trades, master of none. This is a belief that broke when I asked a friend in his late 40s and how he was able to achieve massive success in business and life. So he has a very, very big position. So I asked him, how did you get massive success in your life? I was sitting with him. And he told me that he is a specialist but a generalist at the same time. So he goes down, specializes in a certain thing, then comes back to become the master of the orchestra, as he calls it, of the full business, like master of marketing, he just moves things around while being specialist in every single aspect of it. So this is the strategy that I developed after knowing that. And my preference is, as I mentioned, the last line over here, is staying a generalist while being a specialist, but I have also been a complete specialist before as my PhD, as I mentioned, and it has worked well for me during that time. But I recommend now in such a day and age of both, being both. So let me show you how exactly I do this. So for niching down as a specialist, you can niche horizontally, which is go here, here, here on the right, or you can niche down vertically. Niching down vertically means go down the domain map. Niching down horizontally means going across the domain map. So this is an example of niching down vertically. So for example, we knew digital entrepreneurship, then we came digital marketing, then we became social media marketing. Under social media marketing, you had Instagram marketing. Onto Instagram marketing, you had viral reels marketing. This can stop at any level you want. You can say this is my niche, you can say this is my niche, you can say this is my niche. This is a bit too broad. I'd say anything below this could be a good niche, but understand that you're still broad if you're here. This is specialization. Note that for a specialist, you usually need to the sub niche or you need to go to this level or this level to become a specialist at something. Here you start becoming more of a generalist. And you can stop depending on the maturity of the market you are in. So if the market has no clue about viral and Instagram reel marketing, you could do here. But if this gets saturated, people would start going down this, let's say, niching down even more. And once this gets saturated, they start niching down once a bit more. So you can even take this by adding one step further if you want to just really stand out by adding the way you solve the problem and to what kind of avatar. I'm going to talk about this more in the next video, but this also can be done on any layer. If you niche down, for example, to viral reels marketing over here, we did this. You can say, I just do it for real estate agents or UAE business owners through mass experimentation on LinkedIn, for example, and this is how you really stand out in your niche, is that you do viral Instagram Reels marketing for real estate agents only through mass experimentation, like real estate agents who are posting on LinkedIn every single day. And there are certain posts that perform really well. I take those and turn them into Instagram Reels for you. So the niche here becomes viral Instagram Reel marketing for UAE business owners through mass experimentation and repurposing from LinkedIn. So this could be something nobody's touching. But then you need to check if this passes the niche test or not. But this is just to give you an idea that you can specialize in a way where you can stand out from the market and do something nobody else is doing. And this is a system I use to go and find those niches. So Once you specialize in any of these, for example, over here, Instagram Reel marketing, you can move aside. You can go Instagram Story marketing, or this is Instagram, this is Facebook, let's say, or YouTube. You can go Instagram Shorts marketing. Let's see. Here are some examples. We went to viral Instagram Reels marketing over here. If we move to the right side, Instagram Story conversion marketing. If you go to the right side even more, instead of Instagram marketing, you go to YouTube marketing, viral YouTube short marketing. So once you specialize in one and you complete it, go to the next one. Then go to the next one. Or you can go to the next one in Instagram only, master Instagram marketing, then go to YouTube marketing, master this, master one by one slowly. So this is how you specialize in a way and stay a generalist at all times. You need to keep on hopping. You can't stay on one only. So some people here don't like to be and stay a specialist because it does not match with their personality and brain activity. So me, I don't like staying a specialist in something because I know technology is moving, everything's dynamic, and one day I may be irrelevant. For example, Google may be, or search engines may be irrelevant if ChatGPT became the search thing. So what I commonly hear is they say, I have trouble trying to focus on one thing when it comes down to doing business. So most people say this when they say it's I can't be a specialist because of this. And it's completely okay, because if you force yourself to become a specialist, it will hurt you more than it will be a good thing for you, positive effect. So it's okay to become a generalist if that is you. But you need to understand that you need to know some level of the specialist part in order to orchestrate the full process by having employees and so on. Or outsourcing thing even. Outsourcing to Upwork, Fiverr, whatever it is. So this is false belief, as I mentioned. And entrepreneurs end up beating up themselves because they feel they're never specialized, or they're never specializing in one area and they lost so much time and I'm gonna lose and this is not the way. But it's false. You can be as generalist and a specialist at the same time. You can be a generalist. There are ways. It's completely okay, and you need to see what works with you. And I hope this breaks the belief that you have about you beating up yourself about this. So, and this is just a warning, this may be not for everyone. Some people really want to stay specialized, and if they really want to, this should be done. And some people don't like it, and if you don't want to, it's fine. There's no right and wrong with this. But with this method that I'm showing you, you stay a generalist, but you specialize in every single blocks over here in the downside. And I see this common with people who love to learn. So if you love to learn, let's say, this structure may suit you very well, because I love to learn. So, for example, here you can start by specializing in viral marketing. Then once you've mastered that, you can go to other blocks on the right side or other blocks over here, because you can use the skills that you learn for this on other things. And this is what makes you unique, by the way. Once you decide the sequence you go among these blocks is what makes you unique and stand out from marketplace. Because what happens then is that you take the skills you got from this specialization applied to this niche, and from this niche to this niche, to this sub niche, to this specialization. So you start putting things together from different places, which makes you unique in the way you solve problems. Because for me, for example, I use how I build satellites to build a business. This system, for example, is a similar system I built for satellites. I took that systematic thinking and applied it to business, to niche selection. Who would have thought of that? But the point is, use things you learn from different places, apply it to the new blocks that you tackle, and you will be unique in your own special way. So step number 7 would be, after you choose the block that you want to work with, you need to validate whether it's worth pursuing or not. So these are the common questions or the feasibility analysis that I do to any niche I pick. First of all, I ask, do they have money to spend? If they don't have money to spend, for example, if you're selling 1,000 dirhams subscription or 2,000 dirham subscription to students who have no income, or to people who are 13 years old, you may not sell much because they don't have money to spend on what you're selling. So you need to see if they have money, the people you choose, the market you choose. Do they have a problem they want to solve really badly? Can you find and reach and contact them very easily? Is it growing year over year, as you saw with the online market? Are there more than 50,000 people or businesses in that niche? Is it scalable? Are there a lot of advertisements in that niche showing that businesses are advertising here and showing that there is demand? That means there is really something over here. And if you encounter a problem, do you have anyone you can reach out to solve that problem? This is optional, but it's good to have somebody to help you solve that problem. So, for example, over here, viral reels marketing for UAE business owner. Do they have money to spend? If they're starting out a business, then no, they probably don't have money to spend. But if they have some kind of cash flow, like 10,000 per month as their business, then they have money to spend. Then yes, this instantly filters out the people I'm going to sell to. I'm not going to sell to someone who's starting a business because they don't have money. I'm going to sell to someone who is making some kind of money in their business. So do they have a problem they want to solve? They want more customers, more brand awareness, more sales, right? So they may be running ads. So maybe I could target people who are running ads on Instagram. This could be someone that I could target because they have a problem to solve. Can you find and reach and contact them? Yes, they're on Instagram. It's Instagram viral reels. They're Instagram. So most probably I could look for a business account on Instagrams. So is the niche growing year over year? Yes, more small businesses are opening year over year. The country has strategies in the UAE, for example, if I'm looking at UAE businesses, in place for 2030. So yes, are there more than 50,000 people or businesses in the niche? Yes, there is. If you look at Google, there is 557,000 small businesses in the UAE. So there is, and it's growing every year over year. That's great. Are there lots of advertisement? If you have encountered a problem, do I know someone? So these are things I can answer, of course. This is 100% you can answer these questions. And this is just an example. And this shows that the niche that I just chose is valid and worth pursuing. I can go after this niche. And all these answers can be found in Google and ChatGPT, so use ChatGPT always. The first 4 questions over here regarding purchasing power, pain point, targetable, and growing are most crucial and must be a yes. These could be a yes, or is most probably better to be a yes to other questions after the first 4. And you can add these questions as well if they're not enough. What is the average price that pay for those who are doing something similar, your competitors? How long is the sales cycle? For example, is it short, medium, or long? How long does it take to sell something? For example, if you're selling something online, let's say a skincare product, that takes instantly. Like if someone comes online and just clicks on it, they buys. For example, if you're buying weight loss, it takes a while. Because once you pay until you get the outcome, it takes a couple of weeks. That's a long. So look at that. Then step number 8, check if you have the skills and experiences to be in the niche. So now you chose a niche and you chose the market you want to go after, the block you want to go after. Now is where you look at your skill set, not before, but now, after you know that niche is worth pursuing. And if you don't have the skills or confidence and want to stay in the niche, you can get the skills, experience, and confidence. I will share with you right now 4 models you can do that. But before that, let me share with you this cycle over here, which is the scientific method used by, let's say, engineering. And this is where I'm using other things to use it to business, where first of all, you identify the problem you have. Right now, for example, the problem, I don't have the skill. You create a hypothesis. How am I going to solve this problem? Then you test it for 2 weeks. Did I solve this problem or not? Then you look at the results. Did it solve really based on the result? If not, then I can go back to the hypothesis and create another hypothesis and then test it again and evaluate until I find a new problem by solving this problem. And when you look at the results, you can refer to books, mentors, and so on, just to tell you this result is good or not. So here's an example of that. I want to do Instagram ads for UAE content creators to increase their followings. The problem is that I ran ads to increase the following, but got no followers. This is the problem I got. So I ran ads for this client, but I got no followers. So my hypothesis here is that since there are profile visits, they visited the profile from the ad. The ad is fine. So it must be the profile that's not turning the people to followers. So what I need to do is change the bio, profile pic, highlights, pin posts, and so on. So then I run the same ad again after changing the profile. Then I look at how many profile visits became followers compared to the first one. If the results are not better, I make a new hypothesis and repeat. If the results are better, then I've solved this problem. Now for the new problem, and move on to the new problem. So to make this process faster, you can either create a more educated hypothesis by looking to a book or mentor or someone who has done it before and ask them, what do you think the problem here is and how can I solve it? Or you can do this small cycle over here faster, or ask yourself whether the constraint you were trying to improve is really the current constraint. You may be solving the wrong problem to begin with to get this solution. So this is why sometimes when you're starting a business, it's hard. And this is how you need to approach the models, which I'm going to show you right now. So these are the 4 models. The first model, these are models if you don't have skills and you want to build the skills around the market you're going after. So the first model is you find someone who has the business you have, the exact business you have. You get hired by that someone and learn the skills good for those. And this is good for those who don't have money. Like if you don't have money, you get hired by that person and learn the skills. Then you start your business on the side. And that should be your objective when you enter this model. You don't enter because you want to get a job and get comfortable with that job, but you want to start a business and you've gone to learn the business. Model number 2 over here is you find someone who has valuable course or mentorship program, which is tough sometimes because 95% of people, let's say, don't have valuable courses or mentorship programs. And you pay, you learn, you make it work for you, add your own twist to it, and do exactly the same for other people. So you go there, learn a model. For example, if you're learning this, how to select a niche, and you want to be a consultant on niche selection, you learn this, add your own twist to it, and then you go sell it to people. You can do that. So this is something you can do. And you can start doing it for other. And you is what will make this unique. So again, your experiences and your interests and so on is what will make this process unique. The third approach is find someone who wants what you sell and accept that you will suck. So what you do is you have a product you want to sell, for example, Facebook ads, and you find someone who wants Facebook ads, and you go tell that person, convince them well enough that I'm going to do it for you, even for free or a high discounted price. I don't recommend it, but just find someone and get skin in the game. Do it for free for the first 5 customers and then start charging. But you need a thick skin here because people will tell you suck. And you most probably will suck if you're starting out. So you need to have a thick skin where you don't get affected much and just do it because you know you're learning. After 5 times you do this, you're going to learn. And the fourth model over here is find someone who is doing what you're doing, learn everything about them, reach out to them, become friends with that person. And because they're doing exactly what you want to do. And after a while, ask that person, because maybe when you have too much business and someone comes to you and you don't have time to deliver to that person, can you give me that client? And if they say yes, then, because I've seen this model work as well, if they say yes, then they will teach you what they do exactly because they don't want to look bad because that client came to them, but they told that client to go to you. So in order for them not to look bad, they're going to tell you, okay, this is how I handle my clients. You do that as well. These are very important models that have worked. That's why I'm sharing with you and I've tried them out. So the point is, don't be afraid to model other people who are doing and mimicking what is working for them because you don't want to reinvent the wheel. This is the process in general. These models are strategies from the process. So what is the constraint, the problem you're solving? Did anyone solve this problem before, or do you know anyone? How did they solve the problem? You can do this. You can go through this questionnaire just to get the skills for solving for the market that you're going to solve the problem for. So just answer these questions if you want to go through the models. And the models would be, for this part, is how are you going to do that in the next 2 weeks? So you get the skills and you start running your business in the next 2 weeks. So, and what if you really say, I don't have the skills and I need to start right now? Start a community and document your journey, or start social media and document your journey of how you're learning to become an expert in the market you have chosen. Because this shows to people that you have been in the market, it built credibility, it shows people that you are serious about it, and so on. So you can start a free community either on WhatsApp, Telegram, whatever it is. Start promoting that community, create updates every 3 to 6 days, and build an audience around this, because at some point you're going to become better than people in that market and they want to learn from you. So people will start listening to you. And here are some practical considerations. The feeling you get, and this I'm telling you from experience, when you're going to start a niche or get into market, you're going to feel exciting. It's exciting and it's addictive. And you may like the feeling because it gets you started and so on. But you need to quickly unlearn this feeling, because this feeling will fade and business will start become boring, and that's when you make money. Because what I've seen happen is that people get that feeling and they get trained that I need to feel this way to make money or get things going. But that's only a feeling you get when you start a niche. To stay in that niche or stay in that market, it's a different feeling, which is a more boring feeling. So just note that, and you will feel your niche sucks. And there is a better one out there that makes more money after a while. You're going to see the problems in every single niche has a problem, and every single niche sucks. But don't change your niche. Try to solve the problem if it passes the niche test. There's no best niche. They all have their own problems, so you choose your problems wisely. And niches or markets are not saturated, but the offers are, which is the way they solve the problems, the people they solve the problems for, and so on. So change the offer to dominate the niche. The riches are in the niches, as they say. The more you niche down, the higher you can charge, because you are solving a problem for a very specific type of person, but you need to make sure they have money and they have that need. So the more you niche down, the easier it is to standardize and automate things. The higher you niche up in that cycle that I showed you from the domain map, the higher you are, the harder it is to automate everything. So the lower you are in there, the more specialized, the easier it is, the easier it is for you to scale. And that's why I recommend to be 2 at 1. And focus on one thing. If you're in a niche, focus on one thing. And this is an example over here. You have 4 businesses. Let's say you're in 4 niches, you're in 4 markets. You call yourself an entrepreneur. You have all of those businesses that you have in your Instagram bio. And you have 24 hours in a day and you have finite energy. While this other person just has one business and has 24 hours in a day and finite energy as well. So that person puts all the effort in this, and you put a bit of effort in everyone. Who will win? Of course, this person. And he will beat all your businesses at one, make more money than you. So focus on one niche until you can diversify from that niche. So in summary, the age of online requires you to become a generalist and a specialist at the same time within the same domain, and it's completely possible. Niching down is important. If you're everything to everyone, you're nothing to no one. It may be hard, and you may think more general means more customers, because of course you feel you can serve anyone in the world, but that is not true. That being said, let's get into the other video. So now let's talk about developing your customer profile. What we're going to cover here is the market research system, the client profile, and a skincare client example, which is a real life example of a client I had. So follow YouTube, Instagram, TikTok for exclusive content. This is my Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Share the course. Let's change people's lives together. It's completely free. Don't skip. This is a very important video. Play it at 1.52x speed to save time. So the market research system. What is the system I go through? So after choosing your niche, which you just did, it's time to get to know it inside out. Understand your niche better than everyone else. This may be boring. This may be simple. You may want to skip it, but this is what changes the game for you. It makes your business grow super fast. And knowing your niche well makes everything else very, very much easier. From making ads to selling what you sell, to creating offers, to content that people love and connect with. So this is very important. You must know your niche. Do it. Don't skip it. I had to put this in bold. So you just do it. Don't skip it, because you want to be in 1% of your niche. If you're just starting out, don't let your ego get in your way. And I've seen businesses who are making sales, and I tell them to do this. They tell me, but we're making sales already. Why should I do this? I have already sales. So this is ego playing out. But you can make more sales. Don't you want more sales? This is something you should do. So I'm going to share with you a story that I worked with a skincare brand, and it was my first time working with this niche, and I knew nothing about it. But with the research and this exact process, I'm going to show you the results as well. Everything clicked, and I understood the market more than most who are in the market themselves. And the better and quicker you get, the more you do this market research thing, and this should be something continuous, by the way. And the better you get at it, the quicker you can do it. And if you do this for a living, let's say for clients, you want to sell this as a service, the more you do it, the better you will get at it, of course. And what you want to do with market research, the main goal is to get into the buyer's mind. And the buyer is already having a conversation in their head. For example, they're seeing whatever, if they're looking at skincare product online, they're saying, what ingredients does this product have? Is it good for my skin? Does it work for my skin? My skin is oily. I don't know if it works for me, X, Y, Z. So they have many assumptions going on. So you want to just continue that conversation in their head. You don't want to stop the conversation and start something else from what you think is good. Hey, buy my product. No, you want to continue saying, it's good for oily head, oily skin, and so on. You want to continue that conversation in their head. So this is the market research system. 1, you create a spreadsheet. I'm going to share with you the spreadsheet. 2, you gather data. These are the data. Then you create the market matrix. I'm going to show you the market matrix that I create. Then you create the customer avatar. I'm going to show you how. Then you get the competitor data, which is what I'm going to show you. So I do all this before I enter any niche. And the way you do this as a process is for you to read, but you organize your research. First of all, I'm going to give you that sheet. You gather online insights, what people are looking for. You go into social media, look at the social data. You look at people data from consultation calls or talking to people or getting feedback or from a product or reviews. You put that and organize it in a matrix that you would understand about your market. Then you define your customer avatar or profile. And then you look at the competition that is out there and fill the gaps that they have. So point number 1 is create the spreadsheet. I'm going to share with you the spreadsheet, of course, but it has the following data. It has a browsing data, social data, people data, market matrix, ID client avatar, and the competitors data. Once you create that sheet, you start filling up that sheet. You start with the browsing data. And the point of the browsing data is to look what people are looking for online. Like they go on Google, they type things, right? So you understand what they're typing. What is mostly typed? Why are they looking for this? And for this, I give you a website over here called Answer the Public. I'm going to put links to it down below this video. This is something I use. And I heard by some marketers that this is a tool they don't want people to know about because this is all they have. But here it is, Answer the Public. Use it. It's an amazing tool to know what people are searching for. And the first step is of this tool is type the keyword in your niche. For example, if you're for the skincare client, they were selling moisturizers for body and they were selling moisturizers for body and skin. So what I wrote in Answer the Public at the beginning, I wrote skincare, moisturizers, body butter, body oil, body scrub, eye mask, because these are things they were selling. We also did it in Arabic. You can do it in different languages just to see what people are searching for. And this is an example of what we got. So once you search for these things on that website, you can export files. And this is an example of what we got. This is the search volume here. This is the cost per click. This is what they're searching for. This is in form of questions. What I do is I filter it by questions. You can do that, or you can just do it. You can do by highest volume to lowest volume, and look at the questions. And I copy the first 30 results, and I repeat this for all the keywords. So this is an example for the perfume, and people were asking on Google on this date over here. I was doing it for perfume. They were asking which perfume is long lasting, very high searches. Which perfume lasts longer? So they asked the same question in 2 ways. So this is very important to them. So this gives me an indication that the market, this niche, likes to have a perfume that lasts long enough. Which perfume is best for men? Then which perfume is best for women is over here, which is 50. Best for men is 140. So people men are searching more. This is an assumption I can make. Can perfume expire? This is a question they have. Can perfume be carried in hand luggage? So imagine me answering all these questions with my ads, with my copy on my websites and so on. So they have no questions. They have their information, because remember when we said that 60% of people are looking for information? This is where we connect the dots now. We answer their information. What are they searching for? Then here's an example again for the skincare client. I put everything for these names. I put the search volume, and I'm going to give you a template of this, by the way. And I put the cost per click and so on. You can see that people in the skincare care about the products, the routine. Routine is super important for them. And the cost per click is low. And there's high search volume. So if I'm selling a skincare product, I would most likely give them a routine as well, because they're searching for routines. They want to know this moisturizer works with what exactly and so on. Another thing is over here. Skincare routine steps. Skincare clinic near me. So Korean products are popular. Okay, maybe we could start selling Korean products if we have, So this is in the skincare. You can look at body butter. Cocoa butter Queen Elizabeth. So we can search what this is. So we can look at what this is, Bath and Body Works. So you can see, why are they searching from Bath and Body Works? This may be a competitor. Or there's this over here as well. So you can see what they're using body oil for. You can see, basically you get the point, right? So this is the browsing data. You start making your hypothesis, and you start looking what people are browsing for in the products you have. Once you're done with the browsing data on that sheet, you go to the next sheet, which is the social data. So the social data, you can use a software called Phantom Buster, which does it automatically for you. I think you need to pay for that. I don't do that. You can do it manually, or you can write your own code. We have written our own code. So basically what this does is that it goes to your competitors. You have a list of your competitors, or if you're doing for someone else, you get a list of their competitors, and you go on their social media channels, Instagram, whatever social channel they're active on, and scrape all the comments, the likes, and start to build maps around that. Who's related to who? How much does this person comment on this account? Why does this person comment on this account? What are their interests and so on? And why are they interested in this brand and so on? So you do it for at least 3 competitors. So this is an example over here. We was doing it for skincare, and you can see these are Instagram comments. This is the date, last updated. And you can see they're asking how much. They're an important question for them, and the question is because they didn't write the price, they ask how much. You see what products are selling well, why are they selling well, and who likes what packaging. And basically you get a lot of data out of this. So this is something we do extensively as well. Then after social data, we look at the people data. So this is where we go and talk to the person, because, for example, if you have a person, for example, let's take this example over here. I've even written it. So if there's a person called Ahmed or Alex that you can't go on Google or you can't go on ChatGPT and ask them, what does Ahmed want for dinner or Alex want for dinner? You need to ask Ahmed or Alex what they want for dinner, right? So they have the answer. So go talk to your market. You either ask the niche, which are the decision makers, not the middlemen, what the problems they have. Or you can go to them and say, I'm a student. If you're young, you can do this. You can say, I'm a student, I have this project, I want to learn about this. Can I do an interview of 15 minutes and know about your problem, writing a survey, whatever it is. You can do free consultation calls. I've done this, where you get to know the niche better, what problems you have, like the question in your consultation call could be, right, what problems do you want to solve? I'm going to help you solve that problem. Ask the right questions when booking the call, of course, and what's said on the call, because sometimes people say, I want more sales, and what I've seen for the consultation calls, they write, I want more sales. Once again, come on the call, we're talking about something else, because they want something, but their problem is something else. So this is something to note as well. And here's an example of how I did it. I have an Excel sheet. I'm going to share that with you. These are the questions I've had, and these are the answers that I was getting. So I blurred it, of course. So I answered all that, and here are the notes from the call. You can see notes from call. I just put what they really want, what they really wanted. So the problem was something, but they really wanted something else. I got to know the market. After that, you take all that information and of course use ChatGPT, makes life much, much easier. Condense that into this matrix where you write the market level, beginner, intermediate, advanced, and special. I'm going to give you examples on this. What's their dreams, hopes, and desires, pains, fears, barriers, and uncertainties? What unexpected findings you got? I wrote descriptions for each for you, just so you don't get confused. And what market-specific terms you were not aware of about this market or niche. Here's an example. Beginners, customers who are just starting out with skin and body care. Here are customers who have some experience with skin and body care. Customers who are experienced with skin and well-sophisticated routine of skincare. So what's their dreams, pains, barriers, unexpected finding, jargon such as exfoliation, SPF, retinol, niacinamide, something like that, and ceramides, and so on. So these are some jargons in the market that I've seen, and I try to write the definition over here. Then there are what their desire, the beginners are. For example, the advanced people want to solve the lymph drain problem using these are things we didn't look into because our market more was an intermediate market we was going after, and you can see these green ones, but you can write everything about everyone and know who you're targeting. So once you do that, you can condense all this information into a single person. So use ChatGPT as well to help you with this. The single person should answer all these questions. And an example of that is over here. This is where we created from what we found for the single person. We answered all the questions, as you can see over here. From this, we created even a more condensed version, which is a one-pager about that person. For example, the name, the age, what's their market sophistication, intermediate to leaning to expert, skincare user, and what's their information sources, online behavior, frustrations, language, and happiness triggers, and what do they do, their routine basically. So from that, we went to the competitors, looked at what the competitors are doing. Okay, there is this customer profile that we have, but are the competitors actually addressing what the customer profile is? And funnily or interesting enough, we found that most people or most businesses who you see doing well don't address these problems properly. That gives you a massive advantage if you find these gaps to actually dominate the market. And that's how we were able to dominate. So here's an example of the flowchart. This is an example of one of the competitor studies where we look at their audience, their target audience, and then what's their traffic sources, how are they taking them to the websites, what's the email marketing, do they have WhatsApp, and so on and so on. So we draw these flowcharts of the competitors, and then we draw a simplified version on Excel answering these questions about the competitors. Here's an example. So you go here, you put these questions, you put the competitors, and show exactly what they do. What payment plan they have, what's the landing pages, what traffic channels, what guarantees they have. For example, here they had for all skin type, cruelty-free, fragrance-free, paraben-free, sulfate-free, gluten-free. These are things people are searching for. They know that, and they add it here just to clear that from their mind. But over here, they just said returnable for exchange within 7 days. So these don't understand what people are thinking. So you can see difference in how they understand the market and so on. And then you can correlate what these guys are doing with what actually people are searching for from your market matrix. So it's very fun to see, and you get to understand and master the niche so much that it puts you within the 1% and makes you dangerous, to be honest. So this is the exact thing I have used for 100 plus businesses, and it has worked very well. So this is all, I'm going to give you the template for it. So in summary, after doing this, you should have a strong grip on your market and understand that more than 99% of your customers, they are too lazy to do this, and they have an ego. So this can put you in the 1%. And this is an ongoing process, of course. It's not something you do one time and you just leave it. You keep on doing it over and over again until you get to that point. So now let's talk about crafting your offers. So first, we're going to introduce what offers are. Then we're going to talk about the offer creation system. So YouTube, Instagram, TikTok for exclusive content. Follow there and share this course. Let's change people's lives together. It's completely free. And don't skip. This is a crucial video. Play it on 1.5, 2x speed to save time. So, introduction to offers. Let me talk about the magic of crafting offers. Offers are super important because they help you position yourself in the niche. You have chosen your niche, understand your niche very well now going through the previous video. Now is time to position yourself within that niche so you stand out. Offers are super powerful as well. I've seen them being used for good and bad. For example, I've seen some people go to big companies and tell them, hey, we want to work with you, we have such an offer. And they don't, in reality, they have no service, they have no product, but they have a strong offer, and that's why they get the deal. And the reason this works is that the offer taps into someone's greed. So as long as a person is greedy or has that emotion called greed, a good offer makes them act on that feeling. And it makes them want to buy from you over and over again. So this is the power of offer. And this is why I want to discuss what offers are. And they can make people excited to give you money or sign up for what you're selling, even if you're just starting out. So if you're starting out, I highly recommend you focus on offers. And we talked about this: mindset, offer, marketing, and sales. Offer is the most important part. And everything we've done previous videos builds up to this video. And each video basically builds up on the previous one. So notable contributors to offer. If you go back into history of offers, and I recommend you to read all these books that I have over here. But Dan Kennedy started talking about offers in 1990, who was called the father of direct response marketing. Then we have Mark Joyner in 2005. Then we have .com Secrets, Russell Brunson in 2015. And then Alex Hormozi just came out with 100 million offers, talking about offers. So it has been evolutionary. And it's very interesting once you read this book, how people have adapted for their time and age. Alex Hormozi changed everything, upgraded it for our time and age today. So what would come out later, we don't know. But right now, what's working is this cycle over here. So this is nice to see and just keep in mind. So now, to answer the question before we get into offers, what should I sell? There are 7 things you can sell to any market. So you chose your niche now, you understood your niche, but what can you sell to them? There are only 7 things. You can sell to them a product, or you can sell to them a service. You can sell to them access, permission to use or enter something. I didn't explain the first 2 because they're pretty much explanatory by themselves. You can sell attention, which is audience. You can sell status, which is a logo or a name, a symbol. You can tell someone, you can put my logo on your car for several days, just give me money. You can sell risk, such as insurance. You can sell money, which is foreign exchange. These are just 7 things you can sell. And out of these 7 things, they could be either digital things or physical things. Digital products, physical products. Digital services, physical services. Digital access, physical access. And you get the point. So we have 14 variations of things you can sell. And this is another important concept, is the level of effort spectrum. So on the top over here is for the client, on the bottom here is for you. So you have services or things you can do either done for you or done with you or do it yourself. Done for you things for the client has high value, where you do something for the client. Client highly values it because they put in low effort, and it's easier to sell because of this, and you can charge a higher price for it. But it is high effort for you, and you can't do so many at a single time. Like you may have maybe 10 maximum clients or 5 maximum clients per month, let's say. But done with you, everything is medium. And do it yourself, it has low value to clients because they have to put high effort in, and it's usually harder to sell at higher prices. So that's why the price stays low, but it's low effort for you and higher to scale. So if you're starting out a business right now, focus on this area. Be more on the easy sale, higher price zone, where you keep the low effort on the client. Once you build your name, you can slowly transition to do it yourself. This is just what I want to say. Now let's talk about the offer creation system. So after choosing your niche, understanding niche, we create the offer. So you have the niche segment, we segment our niche, then we get them the desired result by these following points. The system again, we choose the exact person we want to serve, the customer profile. We define the desired result, the desired situation they want to reach. We define how fast they want to reach, the way they want to reach it. We define how we're going to stay unique from our competitions, how we're going to remove the risk of them failing and losing money or whatever it is, and who are we not going to serve, and then we're going to talk about the naming. So niche segments. So this is similar to what we did in the previous video, but this is just a target of the niche we have chosen. Who are we going to serve within that niche? For example, not every skincare user has dry skin and wants a moisturizer. Not every agency has a sales problem. Some has a marketing problem. So there are people you can't help within the niche. So you need to segment that niche to people you can help. You already did the hard work for this when you were building the customer avatar in the previous video. So just answer these questions from a different perspective, and it will show you exactly who we want to serve. So answer the following questions. Question number 1, what is your domain, category, niche, sub-niche, specialized layer? What is their current desired situation? What problems of the specialized segment will you solve? What do you think will happen when the problems are solved? What do they think will happen if they do not solve the problem? What have they done before to solve the problem? What do they really want from solving the problem? What do they believe or think want? Go through these problems. Go through these questions. They're very, very, very important because I have written them out in a way where if you answer them and have them in front of you, you have a complete idea of exactly who you want to serve, what you're going to give them, and most importantly, you're not out of your mind guessing or assuming. It's answers that build on top of each other and validates each other, saying that, okay, this is the right thing I need to do. So this is your niche segment. So once you know exactly who that person is, then you need to be clear about the problem you will solve to get that person from the current situation to the desired situation. For example, people want to make money. Let's see here. Yeah, they want to make more money, but you will solve all the problems related to their sales team. Or they want to be healthy, but you will solve all the problems related to their eating and nutrition habits. So what I mean over here by this example is that if someone wants to make money, but they have a business that's not making money, and you go in with marketing, but it's most probably for small businesses, they have many other problems than marketing. They don't know what niche they're in. They didn't do their market research. They don't know their offer and so on. So you go in and you need to solve all of those problems to get them more sales. So you need to identify every single problem you're going to solve to get them from where they are to where they want to be. And it's better to choose people that have less problems, meaning that more established businesses in this case, because they have less problems. They have a marketing problem, you solve the marketing problem because most likely their sales problem is solved. But if you're a small business, they most probably have 2 problems to get to this desired situation. So you identify all the problems you need to solve to get them from here to here. This should be about your skills again. This should be, or what you can do. It should be about the results the market wants. What results the market want, and then we build the skills around that. So answer these questions. What is it you exactly promise to do? The end goal. Can you make the promise more specific through numbers? How will their life change after achieving this promise? So you go through these problems to get them the desired results. Then the time delay. This is to know how long it will take to deliver the results and if there is room to shorten it. Example, we will whiten your teeth in 1 day or make 60 sales within 45 days. This helps with managing expectations for clients and not promising something that's impossible. For example, losing 20 kgs by tomorrow. So answer the following questions. What is needed time to achieve the desired results, which you mentioned in the previous questions? Why does it take that long? What is the most time-consuming aspect of it taking that much time? How could you make the time needed shorter? Then you talk about methodology. So now you need to talk about the exact steps you need to achieve the desired results. So you know the problem, you know your niche segment, you know the time it will take, and now what are the exact steps to get there? For example, if you're a coach or consultant, you can write every single step it takes to achieve a desired results. Because once you reach to a point where you want to sell a client, you need to tell them what steps they should go through, right? And this makes it also believable. Like, for example, if I tell you I'm going to make you 45 more sales by the end of this month, you'd want to know how, because you won't believe me at the beginning. But if I tell you I'm going to do 200 calls per day, I'm going to sell 200 DMs per day, I have this team that's going to do this for you, XYZ, you're going to be, yeah, I believe you now. That's possible. So write down the steps and full details. What are the most important steps? What are the least important steps? Can you remove steps to get the same results still? Then write it again in a simplified manner. And then can you write it even simpler? So just very simple to the point. Uniqueness. Now you need to show people how can this offer stand out from people, like from the market. In your niche, most probably someone else is offering the same exact solution. But not everybody will do it or solve it the same way you will. And this is what we want to identify. So anyone, and and this is a pro tip over here, is that anyone can take the exact offer you have and give it to people, but they can't solve it the way you solve it because you have certain experiences, right? And we went through the full process right now to a point where you should start being unique. And this is why I put everything together the way it is. So answer the following questions for the uniqueness. So write every problem, obstacle, or concern they may come up with in the methodology. For example, if we put the problems and we have the methodology we did previously, right, to reach certain results. So there are problems that would arise in each part of the methodology. For example, I want to make more sales. Okay, you need to make 200 calls per day. So what the problem that arises in 200 calls? I'm shy. I don't know what to say. I'm not comfortable in the calls. What should I say if they say this? How do I handle objections, and so on? So these are all sub-problems. And the way you solve these sub-problems is what makes you unique. The better you solve them, the more unique you are, then the more better the people will choose you. You see how we're going to the fine details of your offer to make you unique in the marketplace? So this is exactly what I want to do with these. And you should, again, I stress, go through these questions. So risk reversal. So to know how you will make your solution less risky for your customers. So a person is most likely to buy from you if there's no risk in it for them, or if they're better off if they work with you, even if you fail. So what this means is that if someone wants to buy something from you, if there's no risk for them, that person is most likely to buy. And if they fail, if you fail, let's say, they pay you and you didn't deliver the results, but they get more for their time and money back, like they get their money back plus something extra, they're more likely to buy for you because there's no loss in it for them, but a gain. But the pro tip here, don't make the loss incentive much higher than the gain incentives, because then people will come and just lose, so they get the loss incentive, So an example here are the results guaranteed if they follow your methodology. For example, if someone comes and you say, I'm going to get you 45 sales, or I'm going to do whatever for you. I'm going to make you lose X amount of weight. I'm going to make your skin more moisturized. If they follow the exact methodology that you mentioned, will they get the results? If yes, then you should know the problems. You should basically, know the problems that they have. And if you don't guarantee results with your methodology, why? Well, you should reverse the risk as much as possible just to compensate for that. So some problems, some people are worried about this if they fail. So here's what I have to tell you. You have to take the risk, and statistically, you should be net positive if you end up refunding a few. Also, don't make a guarantee better than the offer, which I just mentioned. So some people I've talked to, some business owners, they say, I don't want to reverse the risk because I know I'm going to fail and I will end up refunding people. But if you really will fail a lot, you need to scale up so you don't fail much. And two, statistically, if you refund 20% and 80% stay, you're still in profits. Otherwise, you're not doing good business. So you should be fine refunding a few. So answers for risk reversal. What is your guarantee to reverse risk? What will you name your guarantee? You should be creative here. Will you offer a refund, money back, or no money back? I usually do no money backs, but I do more of I'll work for free, or I'll work for free for you. I'll give you the service for free and give you consultation until it works for you. So depends on how you are. So look at these and answer these questions. Moving on. Exemptions. Who will you not work with? So we said this niche segment is someone we'll work with, but it's also good to know who will you not work with. For example, over here, let me read this for you, then I'm going to do an example. So there are people you can't help. And I have said to more than 1,000 people that I can't help you. I really can't help you. And this is because of the mentality, the ego, the problems they have, and so on, and the way the founder is most of the time. And it's okay. There are people you can help. There are people you can't help. And it's completely fine. So an example of this is a yoga coach and a bodybuilding coach. They're both coaches, right? So you're helping coaches, let's say. They're both coaches over here in the personal training niche. You're in the personal training niche and they're both coaches. But a service that you provide to a bodybuilding coach is much different than a yoga coach because of the different psychologies that they have. A bodybuilding coach is more into pain, no gain. I'm going to burn my muscles. I'm going to do X, Y, Z. And so a yoga coach is more into calmness and wants to stay calm and stretching the muscles and so on. So the psychologies that develop for such people are different. So you may be able to help a bodybuilding coach, but not a yoga coach, even though they're in the same niche. This is just an example, so you see. So these are the questions you should answer. What mindsets will you not work with? What is the desired results you want to achieve? Who can't you help? And then you get creative and name your offer. So the pro tip here is this is very important. It's a small tweak that makes a big impact in your uniqueness. So for example, if you're selling Facebook ads, you can say, I sell Facebook ads to people. Listen, look at the naming, like how you name yourself or how you explain yourself. Or you can say, I sell interested customers to your business that will keep on doing it and will keep on doing it until you tell me to stop. So I don't tell them I sell Facebook ad. I sell interested customers for your business that will keep on, and I will keep on doing it until you tell me to stop giving you customers. So which one is more interesting? So naming is super important. And answer the following questions to get the naming right. So in summary, offer is how you position yourself in the marketplace. They are one of the most important skills that you should have and master if you're starting out. And never underestimate the power of offers because people are using it for good and bad, and you can definitely use it to your advantage. Now let's talk about setting your price. So what I'm going to cover here is pricing psychology, pricing models, and my personal experience, of course, added to that. So YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, follow for exclusive content. Share this course. Let's change people's lives together. It's completely free. And don't skip because it's a crucial video. Play it in 1.5 to 2x speed to save time. So pricing psychology. So which one will you buy? This is just a question over here. So if you have this water bottle, you see it somewhere in the shop, which one will you buy? You most probably are more inclined to buy either this or to the upside. Why is that? Why won't you buy here? What assumptions, what story are you telling yourself about these? Or what story are you telling yourself about this side of the equation? So this is just a question to get you thinking. Another question, which one do you think is more expensive? This or this, and why? What story is going on in your mind? What bias do you have? Why would you say this is less expensive and more expensive? So just a question. So now I can talk about the relationship between price and quality. Every buyer or every person has a bias about price, and they have a story that they're telling themselves about price. When they pay for something that they don't have to pay, they usually tell themselves, I am worth it, I deserve it, if they pay for something. And you most probably have been in such a situation where you pay for something that's expensive and say, I'm successful, I made it, I deserve it, I'm worth it, I'm confident, my salary is coming in a bit, or I'll make money tomorrow, it's fine, I'm going to buy it now. Or everyone will think I'm rich, successful, enjoying my life, this would look good on me, this watch and so on, let me show people and so on. So there's a story that's going on. And when people buy something expensive, they say, They tell themselves that this is amazing and how they will only enjoy it forever and do amazing things. And now, after I bought this, I'm going to work even overtime because, I want to make up and so on. So they believe it. They sell themselves to something expensive and it becomes true to some point. So the point is people see more value from the same product or service because the price is higher. And I'm saying this so I show you that charging higher prices makes your product better because the customer usually sells themselves first on the product and why they need and should buy the product. And it's kind of a different game. And we're going to talk about this in sales, where you sell high product and low product, because the story that goes in a person's mind is different. So what happens if you charge less then? So what would the buyer say if you are the cheapest in the market, which is something I see many people do. They try to make the price cheapest, which I don't recommend in any way. Prices only should go up. So they say, what is missing in this product if it's the cheapest? Can I trust the person behind this product or service? Because if it's cheap, of course they're doing something bad. They're using low quality material, or they won't hit the deadline. They may steal my money. Why is it this cheap? I'm really skeptical. Why is it less than others? So point being here that if you want better customers, increase your prices, because they sell themselves for you on why you are the best before buying from you. And they end up becoming more committed, more respectful, more focused, trust you more, and get better results. Even if someone who has money and you charge them less money on a service, just you thinking you're being nice, they won't be a good client, and your product might not work for them because they haven't sold themselves yet. And this is especially useful for done with you and do-it-yourself services. If it costs a bit more than the usual and you were able to sell them, they usually sell themselves before entering and they end up being better clients. So I just hope with these two slides, I was able to break this very common and false belief of I want to become the cheapest and do a little better because that's how I'm going to stand out in the market. Not necessarily. So it's basically the race to the bottom. So now let's talk about high, medium, and low ticket. High, medium, low ticket is basically a threshold for any market or industry where the buyer changes his mindset or the way they make the buying decision. So the prices are different of high, medium, low ticket for every niche or industry or market. For digital products, this could be, I'm going to give you the numbers, which is for low ticket is less than 1,465 dirhams, which is almost $400. And for medium ticket is more to $999. And anything above $1,000 is considered high ticket. This, of course, is different in every industry because the buying threshold, for example, if I tell you $399 in the real estate industry, doesn't make sense, right? Low ticket may be 100,000, depending on the country as well. So this differs for every industry, but I'm giving you for a digital market industry, it's just ranges or thresholds where the buying decision changes, like the approach people take to make the buying decision changes. And a different, of course, way of sales and marketing and so on is needed for every different type of ticket. So this is very important to know. So feedback pricing. So if I really wanted to enter a market right now, and if you really want to enter a market that's novel and new and you have something that has not been done before, you don't want to look at the prices in the market and really struggle to do the pricing and so on, this is like the worst case scenario I would do, which is feedback-based pricing. Like I'd go into market and either put a setup fee, let's say, or give it a really discounted price, 95% discounted, and only increase prices either every 5 to 10 sales I make for medium and high ticket products, low ticket maybe more. And if 3 people for high ticket products, 3 people I pitch say yes and buy. Like if I go sell someone a product which is high ticket, they say yes, then the next one and the next one, they all say yes after each other, which are 3 in a row. I need to change the price because it's impossible. I'm doing something wrong. So you keep on increasing prices in this case, which is feedback-based pricing, until they stop buying from you. And in one of the consultation calls, someone told me, I'm not charging more. This is just, I want to add it here because what I'm selling is my side thing and I don't have a degree for it. And my answer for that, and I hope this answer helps you, is the market does not care as long as you deliver results. They don't care about your degree. They don't care about whatever it is. As long as you bridge the gap between point A and point B, then the market will give you money based on the price you are asking for. And that person simply increased their price after the talk and hence increasing their profits just by a shift in mindset. So pricing is more of a mindset, which we'll come to in a bit. So value-based pricing. And this is another way of pricing before we get into pricing model, is that most people think about pricing backwards. And this is, I've seen very, very commonly happen everywhere with the online businesses, is that they price based on themselves and not others. And the way they price is that they define the solution that the client wants. They define it. They see how much it will cost them, how much it will cost if it's a product, how much the cost of the materials, the production, and so on. They increase the price a bit to add the profits. They tell the client about the price and they justify it. And then they say, okay, this is what you're going to get if you get our product or service. With this way of pricing, there's always a cap. Like, how much are you going to add on the profits, on the percentage? Because we all talk about that person. Oh, water is 3 times more expensive here than here. And why are you saying water is more expensive? If I sold it in a different way, you wouldn't have that conversation. So here's how to price if you want to have no cap, which is the reverse of the above. You start with the desired situation. You tell the client what they will get. Then you make it quantifiable in terms of value with relevant metrics. You multiply that number with 10% to 20% for the price. Then you define the scope and give the client the solution they want, which is here. So you went completely backwards. And I'm going to give you an example on this. In this way of pricing, which is the value-based pricing, you are not the vendor, but you become a trusted advisor to the client, because the client may come and tell you, I want a website. You may go and say, what do you really want? Like, tell me. Then you may end up telling the client, you don't need a website. You need X, Y, Z. So you become like an advisor, and then you can charge even more for that because it's something else. And you care about them even more. And you must be truthful, of course. The caveat to this is that you need to talk to the decision maker to make such pricing, or for the decision to be made, because the middleman does not care and won't value, because it's not their business if there's someone in the middle from the founder or someone who cares, the decision maker, and will ignore you because it's more work for them, So the caveat to value-based pricing is that you always must go for the decision maker. So to summarize, highly focus on the desired situation of the client. Don't price based on your costs, but perceived gain by customer. Highly focus on solutions that have financial gain and emotional gain, and ask more than answering. Care about the client to offer the best solution. This is value-based pricing. And this is an example over here. So, we talk point A, point B, current situation, desired situation. So the desired situation of client may be make more money online and spend more time traveling, which means less work. And as you can see at the bottom. So the success metrics over here could be 4 hours of work per day, which is you make more money online, and spend more time traveling, which is 12 weeks vacation per year, and work less, which is having 1 full-time employee. And you can value each of these at the price that's given over there. The total value of this, you can estimate this value, of course. The total value of this is around 145K, but you do that by 20%, that's 30K. So you can charge 30K, which is your price, 10%, 20% rule, which I'm going to talk about in a bit. So this answer was 29K, but I rounded that to 30K. And the reason I did that, this is an important lesson over here, is that don't give your clients a price that's like 235.15 dirhams or 290 dirhams because of this. Because this shows to the client that you have calculated the cost of every single person plus the subscription cost of this software plus. So then the client comes to you and says, there's negotiation, give me a breakdown. What's this? Why is this? Can we cut this? And so on. But if you give them a round number, then they don't have much to negotiate on. That's just my price. So if they can have a breakdown, that's just my price. So this is the difference between rounded and full numbers. Don't be exact with your pricing. Add a bit to it, or remove, or add. Better to add. So some practical points over here. I don't try to sell to brokies. Don't sell to brokies because they don't value high ticket and come with many other problems that you need to solve. So what you're selling may not work for them because they have many other problems. Don't copy and paste people prices because most people are trying to take the average of everyone in the market and just doing it a bit cheaper and adding more to it. So if everyone does that, it's just a race to the bottom. You want to be different. And the way you become different is by having a different price. So people think, why is this guy's price higher? What does he have different than others? So you want people to think. Demand versus supply, of course. Pricing depends on supply and demand in the market. That is why competition is good. It brings prices down. And you can stand out by keeping your price up. Price is made up. So consumers or buyers only think about price, but business owners create price, right? They make a price. So if you ask someone, why did you price your shoes that you make for 20 dirhams? You priced it 500 dirhams. No answer. It's made up. So subscription paying. This is if you have subscription product pricing. I've seen 500 dirhams or $136 above per month because it starts to become painful. So if you want to add some pain, just keep it $150. Price goes up only. So don't go down. Put your prices up. And when you do, think about how can you add value to what you're providing to justify that price. And 10 to 20%, if you're doing a service-based business, you can do the value created times 10 to 20% and give that price to someone. So pricing models now. Pricing questions. Similar to previously, answered these questions and you most likely will have a very full picture about pricing with the guidelines we talked about and with the pricing models we're going to talk about in the next slides. So slide number 1, which is the free pricing model. And this is one of the models I want you to avoid. So the pricing model is what it is basically work for free with a no-brainer, irresistible model, which was inspired by Alex Hormozi. Many people are doing it on YouTube. So Alex Hormozi came up with this model, work for free until you get clients, right? And many people got them wrong, understood it wrong, where they started working for free and doing it for free, getting low quality clients, not getting paid after delivering their service once they ask people to pay because they get the wrong clients and they get burned out, not making any money, can't charge, and just leave business. What he meant with give free or the free pricing model initially is that give something free that people are charging for that is not part of your service as well. It's something before your service or product. For example, if you're selling website development, give product arrangement free because they need to have their product images and basically their product catalog and so on before building a website, right? So give that for free. Do something that people charge for free. So the benefits of this is that you learn the market, get the skills, you gather reviews if you were good. And I would rather have you paid upfront, even if a minimal fee, just so you get compensated, plus there is more skin in the game by the client. This is something you resort to if you're really just starting out and have no confidence. You just want to do something in the market. You pay bananas, you get monkeys. So a quote by an SEO genius friend that I have, when I asked him, he charged $150,000 plus for his services. And I said, how does he do that? He said, there are people doing it for $2,000, but it does not work. So you pay monkeys, you pay bananas, you get monkeys. And In the Q&A call, I got a question saying that I'm a digital media manager and have client that wants me to do work and pay me later and when they have money for services. I recommended an upfront fee, even minimal, because there are millions of people out there who are willing to pay for what service you have on the spot. So the process I recommend here is negotiate on price, sign the contract, get paid, and then begin work. Don't begin work beforehand unless you really need to, and it's strategic and it's something that you're playing long term for, and you're not going to do it for a long time. So choose free very wisely. So the recurring pricing model is basically a fixed fee you charge every month or year for a service or product. For services, this is usually called a retainer and access to a set of services and products. The SaaS, this is called a subscription. Risk, you'll not make as much as you are worth because you get paid a fixed amount even if you deliver 2 times what was promised. So you just make a certain fixed amount and may not want to scale. But you get an upfront, but the benefits of this is that you get paid upfront no matter if you deliver the results or not, because it's a subscription at the end of the day. And it's easier to track in terms of how many sales you made, the churn rate, the LTV, and do the accounting and so on. It's a good model to start with. And if you charge 10,000 per month, you can scale up to 20 clients and have around 200,000 per month, which is good. A commission model, which is a pricing model modified, the previous model modified, where you charge an upfront fee, and then you start to build a system for them. For example, I'm going to charge you 15,000 to 20,000 to build a system for you, and then just give me commission based on the performance I give you from the system, which is 3 to 5%. If there's no performance, don't pay me anything. So the biggest challenge of this is that you need to trust the person or the client you're working with, because tracking is the biggest challenge. You need to be connected with the client's sales data if they have CRM, for example, and requires full transparency. And maybe is that another problem here is that you get paid on commission. So some clients may, as we mentioned, may have other problems than marketing problems or sales problems. So if they have bad systems in place and you get them unlimited leads, let's say, or do the right marketing, you may not make any sales and not make any commission. So that's a risk. The benefit is very scalable. You get paid for what you are worth, and everyone is aligned on the same goal. Basically, if the client makes more money, you make more money, your team makes more money, everyone makes more money, everyone is aligned. Nobody's capped at certain thing. Not the best model to start with. If you're starting out, I don't recommend this at all unless you're very confident in delivering results and choosing the right people to partner with. The fixed pricing model is just you charge a single fixed price for a service and product. You might end up undervaluing your work as it's hard to exactly price the product. It does not motivate you to scale operations due to fixed amount. It is what everyone else is doing and it's hard to stand out. So this is the risk of this model because it's very common. Everyone is doing this and there's not much risk reversal on this. Benefits is simple. It's predictable. You know exactly how much you're going to make. Everything is easier and it's just simple. It's just a simple basic model that you can have. And it can get very boring and saturated at points. So in summary, pricing is a mindset. And this means you can double or 10x your price today and it will still be justifiable and would still sell. Never ever sell yourself short. Look at what value you can provide to the marketplace. And if you want to make more money, have a better product, grow a business and better customers, and increase your price. Only price should go up.